Okay, Meerkat, here comes the show.
Attention. The movie guys love movies, even mini-movies, also known as TV shows. Any comments about how The X-Files has opened the door to the return of every beloved TV show are purely for entertainment purposes only. Isn't that right, Charles in charge?
Charles in charge of our days and our nights.
I didn't realize how falsetto that was.
Yeah, and it's like a love theme.
That's a woman.
Oh, did it have a longer version? That's one of the best things about the Golden Girls opening. There's a whole 3-minute song.
Oh, there's like a second verse to the welcome. Yeah, there's
Welcome Back, Kotter.
Welcome Back, Kotter's got like 3 verses.
Yeah. That charted, I think.
Oh yeah.
I miss opening theme songs in TV shows. Right now, it's just like a cold open, quick credits, and it gets to the show.
Yeah,
I miss a Welcome Back, Kotter. I miss a Different Strokes theme.
Yeah.
I miss the Roseanne theme.
How fun would that be?
Take the bad, you take them both, and there you have
The facts alive. The facts alive.
Okay, well, you'll be excited to know I have the show rigged. If you do one of those, isn't that right jokes like we do, the movie guys know, with another old TV show that never quite hit a huge audience, you'll hear the theme. It's pretty cool. You can give it a shot here. Let's. I gotta just go ahead and try another. Isn't that right? Finale to our attention joke. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna give you an easy one.
Okay.
I don't want to trip you up right out of the gate.
Yeah, don't break it
Yeah.
until we all get a chance.
But I think this is a show we will all embrace when it comes back. Hardcastle McCormick.
Oh, let's see.
Milton C. Hardcastle is a retired judge from the Los Angeles Superior Court. Mark McCormick, an ex-race car driver turned thief, was
What a
Hardcastle's
great
last
premise.
case. McCormick
You're
has been
hearing
placed
the
in judge's
pitch.
custody, and
I
together
wonder what
they're
the
going
show's about.
after
Oh,
200 cases.
I got it.
They walked out of Hardcastle's courtroom on technicality.
Today, still wanted by the government.
Best theme song ever.
Nice. Cars revving.
Oh, it's so good.
Mike Post, if I'm not mistaken, right? He wrote all these.
It has to be.
Better have been Mike Post.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Mike Post. I love that. Oh, man.
Okay, I'm gonna try
Now,
one.
which version of Van Halen did that? Is that the one with Hagar? Or
I'm gonna try another one.
Yeah.
Isn't that right? Small Wonder.
oh my God.
How many seasons did this exist?
Not enough.
There is.
Not
Amen,
enough.
brother. Amen.
And it was one of those Saturday at 3 TV shows.
Yeah, it was.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it was.
There
Yeah.
were some shows that were on in prime time.
Yeah.
And then there was Saturday at 3, which was Charles in Charge,
Right.
Small Wonder.
Saved by
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. I always thought it was weird, when they brought the monkeys back, and then when they were on, like at 2 on Sunday. I was like,
After the Crow TV show. You're like, why are you here after the Crow TV show?
Here, try one, Adam. Go ahead.
Isn't that right, Sheriff Lobo?
Sheriff Lobo.
Come on.
There is a man alive.
Oh, my God!
all right.
Like quieter, he never shirks or cowers from a fight. He is our Sheriff Lobo.
They have the gall to compare Lobo to Wilder in the opening.
By the way, if anybody doesn't realize, there are ways to experience history that some people don't know. You know, people think of the late 70s, they think of disco or whatever. Here's one thing that might crystallize a corner of the late 70s. Claude Akins was like a huge star. Like everybody knew him. He was in all kinds of like TV specials and stuff. And that's a celebrity then. That's so ridiculous.
All right, Paul, I'm going to give you a real test. Do you have one, Karen?
Well, I was just going to say, isn't that right? It's your move.
What?
Yes.
Hey.
This is great.
Hey, Ricky.
Yeah.
No instruments were harmed in the making this music.
How great is that?
It's so MIDI.
This is push-button music.
Yeah.
But if you heard that was coming back and Jason Bateman was going to be in it as the
All over it.
I'd be sorry.
all over that.
All right, I got one for you, Paul, that I think might break your little machine there.
Go ahead.
Isn't that right? 10-speed and brown shoe.
Ooh.
10-speed and brown shoe. Well, I'm sure that the show doesn't know what that is. What?
What? Wow.
Holy.
I don't even know what that is. That's crazy.
Oh my God, I'm so in love. believe
That can't be the theme song of 10-Speed and Brown Shoe.
Hilarious.
It started with the ring of a 10-speed bike.
Okay, well, first of all, I was making
it's
that
the
title up.
breakdown. Not only did TV shows have songs, they had songs for the second movement. Wow, it's time for the little jazzy breakdown intro in the middle.
No, Paul, the reason that can't be is I was making that title up. That wasn't a show. Was it? That was a show?
Yeah.
I just put words together.
By the way,
Also, shout out to shows with names like that. It was hard. What was the other one? Scarecrow and Mrs. King?
yeah.
Oh, I like
No
that.
show is called that anymore.
No show is called
Right?
that
No way.
anymore. Oh my god.
Wait, I want to go out on one here that we can all jam out to. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Simon and Simon?
Oh yeah! This is my jam.
Also wanted to bring up Simon and Simon because I reviewed Focus recently. Did you see Focus?
I have not seen Focus.
It's really good.
Is it?
It's fun. Yeah.
I was just completely confused by the trailer. I thought the trailer had no focus.
Looked serious too, didn't it? The movie's a lot more fun than
Is it more fun
trailer
than the trailer? The trailer,
Yeah.
I was just like, I think it's like out of sight, but I don't know.
Yeah. But Gerald McRaney from Simon and Simon
Nice.
shows up, and he's great. Yeah, and I hope he's a total badass, like bodyguard type guy for an IndyCar driver.
Major Dad?
And he's just like, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Major Dad.
And he's just spouting the most badass dialogue of the year in this movie. He's like, just shitting all over Will Smith and doesn't trust him for a second. And it's the greatest. And those two going head to head is fantastic. So,
Oh god, listen to that.
Mike Post for sure, right?
But for sure.
Gotta be.
Did Mike Post do the theme for NYPD Blue? That's like one of my favorite themes.
That's
That's
a
a Mike
great
Post
one.
joint,
Probably.
right? Oh, makes me emotional every time I hear it.
I'm sure he did Riptide. I'm not even looking it up.
Riptide, I forgot that show.
You guys-
Fall guy.
Damn.
I was at a country bar one time, and there was a band up there playing, and it was just full of studio musicians, whatever. And somehow I got talking to the bass player during a break, and my eyes started to water when I found out that he was the guy who played the Barney Miller bum. Ba, ba, bum.
Oh,
No
wow.
way. That's the most famous
Wow.
bass line
That's
in history.
classic.
I
classic.
was so excited to
That's
meet him.
classic.
And you know why he got to do it? He just happened to be around that day when they needed a fill. They're like, "Hey, can you come in?" He's like, "All right." They're
I
like, "Do
saw-
something, bum." Oh my god.
If I saw Hal Linden, I'd be like, that's cool. But the guy to play the bass?
Nah,
Oh my
that's
God.
what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Okay.
pretty
So anyway, isn't that right? She's the sheriff.
Oh, come on. Amazing. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You just finished watching Voyagers.
Who was that kid in Voyagers? That kid was in everything.
Yeah, he was. He
Yeah.
cried and everything. He was in Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah,
And he
all right,
cried
enough of this
every episode of Little House on the
All right,
Prairie.
enough of this stuff. Welcome to the Movie Showcast, everybody, part of the vast and sprawling Movie Guys empire. That's one small step for man, one giant I have a dream. You've reached ground zero for all things movies and comedy. We bring the two together right here on our show every week with jokes, rants, sketches, characters, bits, special guests, and more as we broadcast from the Admirals Club in the heart of Burbank Airport's flyover zone. They don't stop making movies, so we don't stop making comedy shows about movies, which means you can get a new show every week on iTunes, SoundCloud, Vimeo, PulpEpic.com, Stitcher, Player.fm, and of course, themovieguys.net, absolutely free. And we encourage you to subscribe, especially at iTunes. And if you do, still, no charge.
That's a bargain.
We're also on WBAD.net Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. Basically, search the Movie Guys on the Googles and Internets, and we come right up. I'm your host for the hardest working podcast on the airwaves, Paul Preston, here with Karen Volpe,
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Adam Witt,
Isn't that right, BJ and the Bear?
Wow, that's horrible. I didn't know that one was so horrible.
Wait.
Was he like a badass truck driver? Oh my god.
After the
Oh,
Waltons.
good lord. All right, we also have with us Bart Caius.
I'd like to talk about my thoughts, but not so much my thoughts, but my feelings about things.
Thank you. I'm posting that video this week.
We are joined all program long by a stand-up comedian. You've already heard from him. He's no stranger to talking about movies, as he's a regular on the Wham Bam Pow podcast
Wham
with
Bam.
Cameron Esposito. Also a writer and actor on Tosh.0, Ricky Carmona.
What it do, people? What it do? What it do? What it do?
And
Were you
like I
guys? Were you
said-
guys all doing TV lines right there? Because I had one
I
ready.
did Ghostbusters.
Okay, all right.
Let's hear yours. Ricky Carmona.
Oh boy, That's my boy Sam Beckett in Quantum Leap, yo. Boom. Boom.
Yeah. Sounded just like him.
Thank you. Thank you. I worked hard on that all day.
You could reboot that, but I don't know if I'd want to see, like, you'd have to reboot it with Scott Bakula, right? You don't come back.
Yeah,
You
that's...
bring that back.
Or you make Scott Bakula the
Oh, yeah, you do. The Dean
other
Stockwell.
guy, Dean Stockwell.
Yeah.
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 I would love to see it, but not see it. That's like on the sacred, hey, don't touch that, don't touch that. That's fine. That's fine.
Exactly.
You could redo Voyagers, right? Let's just do Voyagers.
I would say get the last. I'd let them redo the last episode of Quantum Leap. Get that right. I was a little disappointed in how that went down.
Is that a controversy?
Kinda.
Okay.
A little bit.
I never heard that one at the time. The way people went on about Sopranos and stuff.
It's a different time back then, man.
Was it controversial?
I swear to you, we'll get to movies.
Well, after that opening, I mean.
We got movie music talk. We're going to talk prison movies, and of course, we'll give you our movie previews. Also, we debuted a segment here last week that was so popular, so celebrated, in fact, that we thought you could all use a little more.
Me talking about Don Bluth?
No, Adam. A little something called Cruise News. And it's a big week because we have some very big Tom Cruise news coming up later in the show. So that's a teaser to stick around for that. Plus, we reveal the winner of our Cruise News theme song competition. Spoiler alert. It's you.
Well, he pointed at Karen, but he meant you.
Yeah.
I thought you meant
pointed
me.
at Meerkat.
He was pointing at Meerkat. I got this camera. I pointed at this camera.
Shit, I thought, what did I do in my sleep? What happened?
And I thought, why did Karen win?
We will begin the show, as we often do, with our patented movie previews, preparing you for what's new in theaters this weekend. Seriously, do not go into the theater underprepared. Check in with us.
Yeah.
We'll let you know what's up. For example, this week is at the multiplex, Home, right? A new film coming out. Also, Get Hard, the classic story of a black man teaching a white man how to be tough.
That's right, we bad. That's right.
And opening in limited release, but with big names, is While We're Young.
We met this interesting couple.
What's the rumfish, rednecks?
I like how engaged they are and everything.
It's like their apartment is full of everything we once threw out, but it looks so good the way they have it.
It's Naomi Watts and Ben Stiller hanging out with Adam Driver and Amanda Seyfried, and being inspired by their youth in their middle age, and then wackiness ensues, no doubt. So that comes out in limited release this week and opens wider in April. What's that?
I think actually that was one of the descriptions in the Rotten
Wackiness ensues.
Literally the words "wackiness ensues."
Matter of time, that'll be a title.
Oh, that's a
Just
good
cut
one.
to the chase.
Patent pending.
Patent pending.
Let's move on to our first film of the big weekend. It's called Home and gives us a chance to play another round of
Guess what it's about?
We've got a title, Home, but not much else. So what do you guys think it's about? Adam?
Oh, Home, the fourth installment in Krzysztof Kieslowski's Control-Alt-Delete trilogy?
No. Karen?
The unlikely prequel to Home Alone?
The shortened title would have you think second in a series, but no.
Actually, Paul, the famous website featuring adorable cats craving cheeseburgers has finally come to the big screen.
What are you talking about?
Why are they after you?
I has made a few mistakes.
Oh, I see. Icon has cheeseburger,
Yes.
but also wrong.
Oh.
Sorry, this is based on a book entitled The True Meaning of Smek Day.
Oh, based on a book. Then it's officially a movie. Paul, you may continue.
Adam, let's tell the people what it's about.
Among an alien race called the Boov lives a lonely fellow named O.
Hello?
Who was just trying to fit in.
I am superstar in technology.
But now,
Arrest that move!
he needs somewhere to hide out.
Finally, an alien race decides to invade Earth for some reason other than blowing up the White House.
In Home, a group of aliens invade Earth to escape a galactic dictator and steal our jobs and free health care. Oh, sorry. That's a review of Home from Ted Cruz's website. My bad.
That's right. It's the story. This is the story of O.
Oh, the young Parisian photographer who wants nothing more than to be her lover's sex slave. I'm in.
No, that's not it, Bart.
Oh,
that's the erotic novel, The Story of O, and we're done with Guess What It's About.
Oh.
Fine, I'm out.
In the story of Home, an alien castaway named O O is found by a young girl, Tip, because that's what happens. The two bond over being the first two people named those things.
Luckily for 8-year-old audience members, O.
Oh.
O is a lovable alien misfit, but I would love to see a tween try to dress one of the aliens from Edge of Tomorrow like a princess.
When you need a children's animated release phoned in to fill a schedule hole, call the best! Home is brought to you by DreamWorks Animation, the company that brought you Turbo, Peabody and Sherman, and Shark Tale. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me read from their press release. Oh, sorry. That's How to Train Your Dragon and Shrek.
Big Bang Theory Emmy winner Jim Parsons jumps into animation by playing a nerd, although it's an alien nerd. I guess that's a stretch?
Baby steps? It means setting small, reasonable goals for yourself, one day at a time. One tiny step at a time.
Baby steps.
Had I known, I would have worn my other shirt.
Rihanna adds being in a DreamWorks Animation March release to being a millionaire pop star. You go, girl?
That's very 1997 of you.
Also, not one to stretch, Rihanna will deliver all of her lines in the movie like this.
I am prepared to accept one of your traditional gestures of human gratitude.
Our tradition is to punch him in the nose. Hold still, 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 still.
Oh, that's great.
Never one to miss a marketing opportunity. Rihanna will also release an entire album inspired by the movie Home, making her the very first person to ever be inspired by a DreamWorks Animation movie.
There you go. That's Home.
Did we cover what that was about somewhere in there?
Yeah, the alien's on the run from his home planet because he's a big doofus, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The loser comes here, he becomes a hero.
I hope that Rihanna talked like that to Chris Brown.
Oh, snap. No, she didn't.
That's probably the
the other way
problem.
around.
Yeah.
Right?
Now's when you say you go, girl.
Oh, you go, girl.
There you go. There you
I'm
go.
learning. I'm trying to figure out when best to use all that in a bag of chips. You know, the other things from the 90s. I want to bring them all back. I'm just like, it's very hipster of me.
I can't believe you just said that, dude, because today I had a bag of chips, and I was like, nobody has ever used and a bag of chips the right way. We've all failed at it. We've all failed at it. Bring it back, dude. We must get it.
Yes.
We must get it.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be fun if you were just eating the chips and somebody walked up to you and just went, oh, and a bag of chips? Look at that.
At Subway, I always get all that in a bag of chips.
Okay.
Hey, guys, we need some, no, whatever. I'm not going to go.
Clearly, you need the help.
Yeah.
with the phraseology.
Also, can I say your sound cue game is on point? On point.
Well, you know what?
This is amazing.
I'm glad you said that because I thought the baby steps joke might be stretching. Because that's supposed to be Jim Parsons' career, taking baby steps.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Fantastic.
Anytime Bill Murray speaks, it doesn't matter what he says.
I let that clip play literally because it's Bill.
Yeah.
But Jim Parsons, I mean, what's up for him after?
In this.
But what's up for him after Big Bang Theory?
He never has to work again. I
Thank you, Adam.
That's one.
Buying an island. That's what's next. Fucking Big Bang money. And from what I understand, that is like his second or third real acting job. He came out of La Jolla Playhouse or Lamb's Player Theaters down in San Diego, auditioned for this, and that's it.
Nice.
I think his voice in this is hilarious.
I
There's
do
something
too.
about
I
it.
recognized it. A lot of times you don't recognize celebrities. I wouldn't know that was Rihanna.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's good and stuff, but I really recognized his voice.
I'm not sure about the storyline because they open it up with saying that he's like this misfit who's just trying to fit in. So he goes to Earth where he's literally the only one of his kind. That'll work.
Yeah. But DreamWorks is interesting because they started out with all laughs. We're going to bring you Shark Tale and Shrek and just funny. And then they started bringing in heart a little bit with like How to Train Your Dragon. I went, oh, okay, so they're going the Pixar route. And now it seems like Home is just going to be laughs again and big action set pieces. And I hope it works, you know, but I don't know. I kind of wish they'd stick to the heart a little bit.
Was there a crotch shot or a burp or a fart? Something happened in the
you know
trailer.
what? There is
What is it?
There's somebody.
Huh?
I remember
like
something.
a fart comes out of his ear after he.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they eat a urinal cake or something. See, they do a
You
lot of
have
that.
to. You have to.
But the joke about how he got his
kids love
name,
it.
I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh?
Yeah.
He
Oh.
keeps
that's
doing,
right.
He keeps doing dumb shit on his planet. And everyone goes,
Every time he says hello, they go,
Oh, that's hilarious.
So his name really should be
Did you guys see How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah.
You guys, yeah?
Hey, Adam, that's one of your tweets. It sounds dirty, but it isn't.
I always love that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Not a euphemism for masturbation.
That's one I'm disappointed I haven't seen yet.
Oh,
first one's good. The second one, I may have gotten too much of what I wished for. There's so much drama in it. It's
is that right?
It's like not fun. And then they're like there's tons of death and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Like,
it's kind of an Empire Strikes Back.
I heard it's fantastic. DreamWorks is like, Pixar's like Nike.
Yeah.
DreamWorks is like everything else.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'll
Like
get to
Puma.
you. Yeah, exactly. I give Puma a little bit more credit than that.
Yeah. They're more
but yeah, I just
Reebok, maybe?
Yeah, British Knights.
Yeah.
British Knights.
God, are they still around? How 1997 of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's a fascinating documentary about the period at Disney from sort of when Walt died to their big resurgence with Little Mermaid, and then they went on that roll, Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, and and I can't remember. Oh, God, I can't remember what it's called right now. I think it has the Lion King's name in the title, some sort of parody, The Lion Roars Again, or something like that. But what a fascinating time, because of course that's when the head of DreamWorks Animation, Katzenberg, right, ran Disney Animation. He was responsible for that resurgence to some degree. But it's interesting that he thought of himself as that sort of. But you got to live in Walt's shadow at Disney, and so there's very deliberately created DreamWorks Animation to be Walt Disney again. But there's some little lack of passion there. Like he wants to be that more than he wants to be the sort of person that Disney was in innovating or being creative or being curious in some ways. They really like. There's something oddly wrong with almost every DreamWorks movie, and you can't put your finger on it. And you're like, it must be some sort of basic passionlessness. And I wouldn't say that of all the animators and stuff like that. I gotta say that Katzenberg ultimately, makes all those decisions because he wants to be Walt. But anyway,
Clearly
cut out that last part, Paul.
He doesn't have a soul. Jeffrey Katzenberg does not have a soul. Doesn't translate into his art.
And now they're hurting. Now there's like big bankruptcy woes. And stuff
Oh, really?
out there. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Layoffs and all sorts of.
Well, have
crazy
you
stuff.
seen their not accomplishment? That makes no sense. Their compound. Their compound's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, over here in Burbank. Oh my God.
Well,
Is
the
it
Penguins-
DreamWorks compound?
Yeah, in Glendale.
brilliant.
The Penguins tanked. And I thought for sure they'd be huge, because
I
isn't
thought
that
it
always
would
the best
too.
part of Madagascar?
That is.
And then
They're
they,
cute characters.
Right. I
They didn't
forgot
do
about
well.
that.
But I heard the movie just wasn't that good. As the characters are in small portions in Madagascar, I've just heard. I don't know. It's just there's
See,
something.
so none of us saw it, right? Yeah.
What's that?
None of us saw
No.
it.
Well,
Oh my gosh! I
I saw
thought you said
Turbo.
the name of somebody. He's in Hanasad. I'm like, what?
The
Well,
Penguins of Madagascar.
by the way, I saw recently every DreamWorks animation movie to some degree because I did a montage for the Hollywood Bowl DreamWorks 25th anniversary.
Right.
So I got to watch a little bit of all of them. I haven't seen all of them all the way through or whatever. But it's first of all, there's a lot more than you think.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. It goes back to Prince of Egypt.
Yep.
Remember that?
Before that, it was
Spirits.
Damn.
Right?
Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron.
They did 4.
Flushed Away.
Yeah. Legend of Sinbad.
Yeah.
And and they did 4 cell animated movies, and then I think did Shrek, and then that was it.
Then they won the Oscar and
Yeah.
off they went. Stole the Oscar out from under Pixar and took off.
Prince of Egypt, dude.
Right?
I haven't heard that in a minute.
No, nobody. That is literally not talked about. It's one of those movies that disappeared.
And somewhere in this movie is Steve Martin doing a voice as well. And I feel like he hasn't been in a movie forever.
Wow.
Like there's really a big year, that bird watching movie. Is that the last thing he left us
Oh,
with?
wow. I forgot about that.
I hope he's not done, because they all go out on the wrong movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hackman, Welcome to Mooseport. Connery, League of Extraordinary
that's not his
Gentlemen. We
fault.
talk about this all the time. Don't go out on a big year, Steve. All right.
Well, the thing is, he seems to feel free to be the Steve Martin we all know and love, the white-suited Steve Martin. Maybe he'll be that with his voice in this because he's
you're right.
not, there.
Yeah. But he certainly killed at the opening of the 40th Saturday Night Live special.
He's good.
They picked the right guy to come out and just sort of be the face and introduce everybody and talk about how important it is and kill with every line.
Yeah.
Too funny and rip apart Alec Baldwin, which is funny. All right, our next film tells the story of Will Ferrell preparing to go to jail. It's another one of those Hollywood pre-prison films like The Longest Yard, Draft Picks, and Clint Eastwood's I'm going to Alcatraz, but I won't be there long. It's called Get Hard. Oh, no, guys, we can do this. We can review this movie without making any porn jokes.
Really, Paul? I don't know. I mean, the movie is called Get Hard, right? Not making porn jokes is going to be really, I don't know, how might you say, anticlimactic. I personally was really hoping to pound some punchlines here. Maybe even stroke a few suggestive turns of phrase. Perhaps.
Hey, wait a minute. Did you...
End with an orgasm of one-liners, then pull out just in time to shoot a load of laughs all over the audience.
Oh,
okay, those were the worst innuendos that you could possibly have mustered. I think we'll just stick to the no porn jokes approach if it's all the same to you.
That's fine, Paul. I'm already done.
All right, let's talk Get Hard for real, okay? Despite sounding like an adaptation of a penis pump instructional video, Get Hard tells the story of James King, a millionaire hedge fund manager, played by Will Ferrell.
And to make his millions, King lies, cheats, and steals. But in contrast to actual Wall Street, Hollywood takes a fictional approach, and he actually goes to jail for it. Oh, Tinseltown, what will you think of next?
Home by DreamWorks Animation?
Don't answer right away. No.
Worried that he's too soft to handle prison life, King asks the guy who washes his car, Darnell, to help him prepare for prison life. Darnell's qualification? He's black. Much like my skin color qualifies me to escape punishment after swindling people out of their retirement funds on Wall Street.
Hart becomes a modern-day sage, having learned at the feet of Ice Cube in Ride Along, advising his companions in Think Like a Man 1 and 2, and coaching Josh Gad in The Wedding Ringer. So, what wisdom will Kevin Deepak Hart teach us this time?
There's a 100% chance that you're gonna be somebody's bitch. 10 years of this. Stop! Ha, ha, ha. You? No, I don't want any more. Stop! That's enough. Too late. He done tagged the next guy in.
Basically, the film is based on the very idea of Will Ferrell trying to be anything but the whitest guy in the world. Good luck, movie.
But despite my earlier rant, this isn't about dick jokes. Get hard does not mean erect penises.
I'm gonna put it in my mouth. Yeah. I'm gonna suck your dick. This is terrible foreplay. This is gonna help me in the long run. Come on, go. 3, 2, 1, in the mouth. Right there. Don't point it at me. What are you doing? Like an Eskimo blowjob. Give me an American blowjob. Be a patriot. Here we go. Uncle Sam of blowjobs right here.
Okay, maybe my rant was justified.
Two of the funniest guys working in film today, Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell. This is pretty much guaranteed to be a funny movie. Unless it's like when two really pretty people have a baby, the baby ends up looking weird because, as it turns out, you can have too much of a good thing.
I'm gonna put a hashtag on your ass and see how many hits it gets.
This is so dark.
You're a disappointment to your parents, who I fucked.
I'm sorry, never mind. I was clearly worried for nothing.
Hopefully the movie will be as entertaining as the phone call they had to make to get the rights to GetHardTheMovie.com from whoever owned it before them.
All right, there you go. Let's get hard. Yikes. All right, so... and then the plane goes over. It's right on cue.
They don't hear that at home.
On
Ricky.
cue.
They don't?
No, they don't. It's acoustics. You can't explain it.
There's UFOs out there, people. I hear them.
It's science. You can't explain it.
You can't explain science.
So the trailer for this is funny. The Red Band trailer for this is hilarious.
I know.
So
It's
we're gonna
very
see this,
good.
right?
Yeah.
We're all going to this?
Oh, it looks great. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I will go to this. I hope they don't screw it up. I don't know. It looks like one of those things where we got the funny moments in the trailer, kind of, but maybe it's them working kind of hard, too.
Ferrell owns... I mean, it sounds weird to own March, but that's where he's had a lot of his hits. They kept putting out, every time he had a sports movie, it would come out in March. Well, not Talladega Nights, but the likes of Blades of Glory and Semi-Pro, and then, he now...
Kicking and Screaming.
Kicking and Screaming.
Directed by Noah Baumbach. We will talk about later.
That's a different Kicking and Screaming,
is it?
right? Isn't that one of the two title
Don't
things?
you have to call it Lee Daniels Kicking and Screaming if you use the same name twice?
Yeah.
Based on the novel Push by Sapphire?
A lot of good names in this, though. I think Ian Roberts co-wrote it with Adam McKay.
Mm-hmm.
So you got,
right? UCB.
You got all those folks getting involved, which is nice. And Ethan Cohen directing.
Ethan Cohen. Not Ethan Cohen.
Not Ethan Cohen. Who had his hand in Tropic Thunder. So, so there's much funny involved in this.
Now, is he the Cohen that pretended to be the other Cohen to get Bill Murray to do the Garfield movie? Is that a fake Joel Cohen?
That's him.
This is the fake.
That is Ethan
Yeah,
Cohen.
I think that's the one.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Nice.
For anybody who doesn't know, the story is that Bill Murray did not mean to do Garfield because he thought, but he only signed on because he thought it was Ethan Cohen, not
Directing,
Ethan Cohen.
Making a Garfield movie. Bill, come on.
Come on.
really?
Never gonna happen.
Come on, Bill.
Stop golfing for a second and realize the Coen brothers don't do that.
But then explain to me why he did Garfield too.
That paper. That Garfield paper. That Garfield paper.
By then, I think he figured it out.
Yeah, exactly. I think Ricky is dug to the very center of the reason that a bunch of bullshit is being made up about Ethan Cohen.
Look, Garfield 1 bought the house. He needed to furnish it.
Exactly.
You walk around an empty house?
Yeah.
So, Bill, you know Garfield, the character, the cat that doesn't like Mondays and loves lasagna and tortures the dog. And you see it. It's in 4 panels or whatever. Anyway, Ethan Cohen is directing that. Oh, the guys that did Fargo?
I love Blood Simple.
I love Blood Simple. I'm absolutely going to do the lasagna-eating cat that hates Mondays for them.
I have yet to see a Kevin Hart movie in the theater. I keep waiting for no, this is the one where I'm going to be like, that's the one we've been waiting for, Kevin.
Yeah.
No, this is the one.
It draws you out there.
Maybe I haven't.
Get Hard, I think is like, all right, I think this is where I'm gonna put my money down for you.
This looks really funny.
It does look
I
really
think
funny.
we agree with you. I don't think we have.
What does that mean I've missed? Ride Along? I heard it was great. Didn't
The
see it.
Wedding Ringer.
Didn't see
Didn't see The Wedding Ringer.
was enjoyable. Ice Cube's a very enjoyable performer. I got to tell you, he doesn't fail to hit a lot most of the time.
Yeah, he's just got to be pissed at Kevin Hart, who's annoying him the whole movie. I mean, why haven't I seen this yet?
Yeah, and you know what? And making a movie where Ice Cube is not pissed is like making a Die Hard movie where he's not in a building.
Yeah.
Right? I don't really need that.
He's trapped on a farm.
Yeah, trapped on a farm.
Acres and acres of room.
Karen, you want to see this, right?
Well, I can't watch these kind of movies. The idea of going to prison in a movie, it's just too scary. I've never been to a prison movie, but I've heard that there are some terrible violent things that happen in prison movies.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Have you ever been to a prison movie?
Karen, we've all been to a prison movie.
Oh, well, maybe you can help me get hard before I get hard.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easy. Just go see Shawshank Redemption.
No. What are you trying to scare her off? No. Listen, you have to
get
start.
it in.
You don't just go to Shawshank Redemption if you haven't been to a prison movie. All right.
Oh.
You start light and you ease your way into prison movies, or it might be too much too soon.
So, Dead Man Walking, Paul?
No. Here, start Chicken Run.
Oh.
That's how you start.
That's a prison movie because they're in a little prison and they have to escape.
They have to escape.
Oh, they're animals. That's cute.
Yeah, you like. There might be a dog in there that floats your boat.
Okay.
Escape from Alcatraz.
Mel
Escape
Gibson.
from Alcatraz. You should warm up with that one.
Oh, yeah. Escape from Alcatraz. That's a good one to start with.
Plus, it's an old movie, so it's not that good, right?
And he escapes. He escapes.
But I can't
It's a positive
swim.
ending.
Really, spoiler alert. Sorry about that, honey.
Cool Hand Luke. How do you like watching guys eat eggs? Cool Hand Luke.
I do like eggs. That's true.
It's not a prison term for like eating ass or
No, that's tossing salad, I believe.
Yeah, because it sounds like that. You want to see Paul Newman eat George Kennedy's eggs?
Those deviled eggs.
Yeah. Stir Crazy, we played a clip from that.
Oh, there you go.
That's a great
classic.
Ease yourself into the prison environment.
Because it's got Gene Wilder in it with his beautiful blue eyes.
Yeah, and if Richard Pryor can teach him to be tough.
Oh,
Kevin Hart can do it for Will Ferrell.
Absolutely.
You know what you should see? You should totally see The Rock. And I mean, not just to see the movie, but just so you can enjoy saying yourself, "Welcome to The Rock."
Welcome to The Rock.
It's one of the most fun lines to say. Welcome to The Rock.
Welcome to The Rock. I am the last rock.
The Great Escape, you could watch that after you've seen Chicken Run. It's kind of very similar, but you could get into that.
One's done with chickens.
Green Mile. Green Mile's got Tom Hanks.
Oh, I like Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Alien 3, he likes Sigourney Weaver.
All right, we're starting to get into a really depressed one, so this is good. After you've done your Chicken Run and your Stir Crazy,
Oh, that's
get on to
true.
these heavy ones. Bad Boys, Sean Penn. Right? This is how he deflated his image as a surfer guy from Fast
true.
Times. He went right into Bad Boys, prison drama with Esai Morales. They're beating guys. They put
And then
like
right into the Congo.
No, that was last week.
That was last
week. With
Gallipoli? You said Gallipoli, right?
Oh, good Lord. That
Yeah.
movie's hard.
Shawshank.
Shawshank.
And then
Well,
Shawshank.
of course, then Shawshank. No, go Green Mile, then Shawshank. I think that's the
Yeah.
perfect. And then you've ramped yourself up to, you prepared yourself.
Uh-huh.
You've taken some time and you've gotten into it, and it's not so scary right away, right?
So there you go. That's how you get into the prison movie. So cap it off with Shawshank Redemption.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I did see one prison movie.
Oh.
Which prison movie?
Midnight Express.
That's got
Okay,
everything.
I
Don't
think
worry about it. You're good. You're good. You're covered.
Good for that movie.
Fine,
Yeah,
fine.
you're covered. Jesus.
Speak up about it. Jesus.
Why don't you
I
lead
think
with that?
you could definitely go see Get Hard, okay?
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, on to our next and final film of the weekend. The big names headline a small film in Noah Baumbach's While We're Young. Without a single gunshot, life lost, or planet exploding, this movie dares to explore a fate worse than death, being middle-aged while white. Oh. Let's preview it.
Sing while we're young.
Next up is a coming-of-age movie, except the age they are coming is midlife. It's 16 Candles for 40-somethings. It's mid-40 teens candles.
Navels, get ready for a good gazing, because writer Noah Baumbach is in the house, and he's got some thoughts about New York elites.
If you don't know the name Noah Baumbach, let me help. If you're in the 18 to 39 demographic, this film is from the writer of Fantastic Mr. Fox and The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. And if you're over 40 with kids demographic, this is from the writer of Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted.
Kidding me.
Circus, circus, Afro circus.
Circus, circus, Afro circus.
Written by Noah Baumbach.
While We're Young is an exploration of the misery of middle age, regret, and the loss of youth. Previously seen in the movie I Wake Up, starring me in wide release daily.
Ben Stiller plays Josh, a conservative documentary filmmaker who finds a lust for youth when he meets a young couple played by Amanda Seyfried and
Adam Driver.
It also stars Naomi Watts and Charles Grodin. Uh-oh. Charles Grodin alert.
Oh. How much is the coffee?
It's 53 cents.
How much is tea?
53 cents.
Love tea.
God bless you for getting that into the show.
Is that from
Bart
Midnight
guy.
Run?
That is from Midnight Run.
Damn it.
I think that
you
should
guys
be-
just went other level. Other level. You got the Duke. God damn.
You got the Duke.
You got the Duke. We got the Duke.
This is
I'm Mosley.
I'm Mosley is one of the best moments ever. I'm Mosley. You know, his real name's Mosley. I'm Mosley. Oh, that is so great.
You should quit smoking. Be cheaper on both of us.
Ridiculously quotable movie.
Oh,
All
that's
right,
so great.
so While We're Young, yeah. So Josh adopts
Damn.
a fedora quicker than a 40-year-old auditioning for the part of a 20-year-old in a Noah Baumbach film.
This is a movie about a husband and wife in their mid-40s glomming onto and living somewhat vicariously through a young hipster couple, only to find out that the young hipsters might not be as straightforward and trustworthy as they thought. Wait a minute. Hipsters who are full of shit? Hold on a second, movie. Next thing you'll be telling me is that Abraham Lincoln really didn't kill vampires.
While We're Young is directed by Wes Anderson.
No, sorry,
although
not
it was
that.
written. What's that?
No, that's not right.
Are you sure? Have you heard the music in the trailer?
What do you mean? I see your point.
Now, we all know that everybody ages. It's just something we do. And so we encounter the stereotypes in America where youth equals energy and middle age equals kids, responsibility, and tiredness. Meanwhile, being old seems like nonstop action adventure if we're to believe Liam Neeson, Sean Penn, Kevin Costner, and Samuel L. Jackson. What are we supposed to believe, movies? Be honest with us. We have that to look forward to, so that's good.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
And I look to movies to tell me how to live my life. I don't know what to do on my own. Come on, movies.
This is cyclical. Baumbach comes along right after Ben Stiller's done a Night in the Museum movie. Right after Night in the Museum 2.
Just to rescue him.
Battle of the Smithsonian, he did Greenberg. And now he just did The Secret of the Tomb, Night of the Museum. And now here he is in Baumbach's While We're Young, which looks really fun.
It does look
looks
great.
like a really new concept. I guess we've seen a bazillion movies between us. Has anybody ever seen a movie where people in their 40s hang out with 25-year-olds, but like in a cool way? Now where they're annoying teenagers or they're annoying people next door and we have to go stop them because we have a kid. But they actually want to hang out together. I think that's fascinating.
I like it because they also don't have children themselves. So
Yes.
these are two mid-40-somethings without kids.
Much like all of us. Oh, I mean,
Are
not the mid-40 part.
The no kids.
The no kids part.
Are they freaking out about being 40 in the movie? Like, is that part of what it's about?
Yeah, and that's
Got
why
you.
they meet these two hipsters and they gravitate to them and they just,
That's such a genre of movies when the white guy gets 40 and he's like, what do I do with myself now? Like if I just lived on watching movies, like I haven't seen a movie where it's like a Latino who's like, I'm 40, what do I do now? He's just like, I'm going to work. I got shit to do. I gotta go to work. Like white guy is always like, man, I gotta hang out with my kid on the weekend, and and really just find out who I am.
Gotta throw a baseball, man. Gotta throw a baseball.
Gotta throw a baseball.
I just gotta get out there and climb.
Oh, man.
I just gotta get out there and climb.
Oh man! Cue the arcade fire. Who am I? Who am I?
Hell yeah.
Oh, it's so great.
So good.
And you ever notice that they're really usually they're middle-aged and upper middle class or rich?
Oh, for sure. Oh, absolutely.
White,
they can afford to take this time off and find themselves. Yeah, yeah.
I think I remember a lot of people in their 40s when I was a kid, and they all lived in trailers, and they didn't have time to worry about that shit either.
Well, you and I think, agreed about this when This Is 40 came out, and we're like, This Is 40? You're in a freaking 3,000 square foot house with a sitting room in your master bedroom, and you got 14 acres out in the backyard. Find yourself, fucker.
I checked.
Maybe you're in the wine cellar. Check the wine cellar. You might be there.
I'm telling you.
Sauna. Check the sauna in your basement.
You're trying to find yourself.
Absolutely. Oh, that's hilarious.
I got lost in 6 bedrooms. Of course you did. But actually, I thought this was kind of charming. I'm interested in seeing it. Although Naomi Watts is in it, and we all know how I feel about her bunny teeth. But I like her as an actress.
Some people like bunny teeth.
That.
I like her as an actress.
Do you like snaggleteeth?
No, not necessarily. The bunny teeth just
Snaggleteeth are
bother
cute.
me.
Come on.
Well, on the right, on the right.
You know what you are? There's an article, and I haven't read it yet, but I've only read the headline.
You can
but
tell
it makes me
he's
want to
the
read
article from the title.
Yes. It came from
This
South
is
by
not gonna be
Southwest.
flattering.
Some interview with the South by Southwest Film Fest with casting directors who claimed that talent now accounts for 7% of their decision making when they cast.
That's inspiring. That means we should all keep auditioning.
So you and your bunny teeth, you keep promoting that stereotype that it's all,
I enjoyed her in.
Not that she hasn't conquered it.
But I'm just saying,
if it's really a thing anyway, bunny teeth.
Bart, you are robbing yourself of watching whatever that Red Riding Hood movie she's in is called. Come on, man.
That's Amanda Seyfried.
That's Amanda Seyfried?
Yeah, that's the one with the big eyes.
Naomi Watts.
Oh, Naomi Watts.
Naomi
Okay,
Watts.
you are robbing yourself from. Come on, quickly. An obscure one that sounds ridiculous. Huh?
21 grams.
21 grams. You are robbing yourself.
I saw King Kong.
Oh, shit.
Which is where I first saw them.
She's only in prestige pics.
No, she's a great actress. She's a great actress. I enjoyed her in Birdman. She looks really good in this. I like the characters that she's playing.
I like. Yeah. She's very busy right now.
That's just the thing that, unfortunately, when I saw her in King Kong, struck me the most.
Not the giant ape holding her?
Well,
that didn't strike you?
It took a while to get to the big monkey. So I had other things to look at.
Well, the ape had a lazy eye. I have these standards of beauty that I require when I watch a movie.
How do you feel about Anne Hathaway's teeth? She's got some big-ass teeth.
Does she have? But are they uniform?
No, I don't think they were clothes.
Are they perfect? If not, the bricks. Bart Caius.
He's got a whole other thing about Anne Hathaway's face. It's too perfect.
It is too much of a good thing.
Is pretty amazing.
That's what happens when you have perfect eyes, perfect nose, perfect mouth, perfect teeth on the same face. It looks weird.
Could you handle watching Interstellar in IMAX in 3D?
Probably
was it
not.
Too much.
It was too much. I went
face.
Too much Hathaway.
But I think it looks like a good movie. We should all go see it.
Well, Stiller, if he's a guy in his 40s.
Oh, don't even get me started on this asshole. No.
Stiller beef, yo. Stiller beef.
He's 49.
Oh, wow.
So it won't be much longer that he's in that 50 with Depp and Pitt and all these guys we like, or Tom Cruise, or all
who
in their
no
50s.
longer do the movies about, I'm 40 and I'm so depressed.
That's what I'm saying. He's barely pulling it off now at 49.
He's got to cut that shit soon.
So he's going to end up being an action star next, right? Because now he's old enough.
But also you look at him and it's like, that just goes to show you what artistic people are. I want to be an artistic guy 50 more than anybody I grew up with 50.
Yeah.
Troll my Facebook page. It's depressing. I'd rather look like Stiller.
So there's somebody out there now going, Paul Preston. And then he's going through your friends.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought it was one of my friends going, unfriend that fuck.
Too.
Yeah. I listened to the show, buddy.
Yeah.
Screw you. Screw you.
Whoever that is that he's imitating, not you, the other guy. So
And actually, that's a way that we check to see if we have an audience. We just look to see if Paul's Facebook feed will go down.
There you go.
People
There you go.
Well, listeners this week, honey. All right, our movie guy Adam here is taking a look at the soundtrack for While We're Young, and it's right on par with what you'd expect from Noah Baumbach and a lot of these indie filmmakers, to where I think we could forego seeing this, although we don't want to, but you could, and still enjoy the whole film through the soundtrack alone. So I'm going to play you a song from While We're Young, and you tell me what's happening at that moment in the film.
Okay.
Then I think we can pretty much put the whole film together right here at the table.
We can put it together. We can fill in some holes.
And let's remember what we're dealing with here. Ben Stiller and Naomi Watts meet a younger couple played by Adam Driver and Amanda Seyfried, and we can only assume that Stiller and Watts begin to question how fully they live their lives, seeing how youthful Driver and Seyfried are.
Oh, okay.
So then we hear this.
Is this Everybody Rock the Dinosaur? Or Walk the Dinosaur?
This is Dancing on the Ceiling.
Close. It's Lionel Richie.
It's Lionel Richie.
But it's all night long.
all night
long.
So what's happening?
Oh, who's the guy who played this bass line? This is a good
Ever
one,
meet
too.
that guy?
That calypso bass.
Okay, now in this, I think this is when I think in a 1980s song. I think in a 1980s song, this is where Stiller and Watts are probably dancing to this because it's the music they know, right?
Yeah. Oh, but the hipsters are into irony, so they probably have this like on vinyl and stuff, right? And he probably tells him about this guy Lionel Richie like Ben Stiller doesn't know him or something.
No, they're making fun of this song, and then Ben Stiller and Naomi Watts kind of like have a moment between the two of them. We're like, oh, maybe these people aren't for us because we like this song. This is our wedding song.
There
we
you
played this
go.
at our wedding.
How about this?
Damn, I'm in already.
Yeah.
They're watching Barney Miller in this scene.
Oh,
somebody went out to a club.
Tribe Called Quest.
Tribe Called Quest.
This is a scene where the older couple is trying to talk to each other in a bar, and they're like,
Yes.
I can't hear you.
I just met this young couple.
What couple?
They're over there. They seem really nice.
You want to go? You want? I can't.
They asked us to sit at their table.
Can you get me a napkin so I can make earplugs?
$12 for a beer.
And then in the middle of the movie, Ricky Carmona comes out of nowhere and starts rapping along.
Yeah, he does. I just got beat.
I saw Tribe Called Quest at I saw Tribe Called Quest at Lollapalooza.
Nation, brothers mass creation. Mind's getting flooded. Ejaculation right on the 2-inch tape. The abstract poet incognito.
I think this is a cool montage.
Not the best, not the worst, but occasionally I could.
They're out shopping for something.
Oh yes,
Riding bikes.
their first attempt at being youthful.
Yeah.
Listen to the mission. Listens. I do work.
All right, then we hear this. I think we all know what happens when we hear this.
Oh,
Pure irony.
well, this is when they do a workout montage.
Yeah, Stiller finally feels I'm so old. I need to work out so I can be young and in shape like Adam
And you know
Driver.
what? He has the wool cap on and everything, but it's a hipster wool cap, not a Rocky wool cap.
I have to say, the idea of someone like deciding to do something and they hit this for the montage. This movie isn't from 1985. Like, that is such an 80s move. I think this movie's got to go irony with this. There's no way they'd actually seriously go, all right, I'm going to try and get in shape and then actually hit this.
Totally.
Like that.
It'll be him failing to get in shape because he's 49.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe he wants to get in shape, and then Rocky 3 starts playing, and he's like, fuck it, I'm just going to sit on the couch and watch
And then
Rocky
he just
3 all
sits there
day.
watching it to this song,
That's
a montage of watching it. That's brilliant.
And they do the thing where they speed it up real quick and they put the little clock in the corner. 2 hours goes by. And Naomi Watts comes up. You work out? Yep. I like this movie. I'm going to see this
They
movie.
put the clock at the bottom. You got this music. He's watching it, but the scene is not a fight on the movie. It's like one of the dramatic scenes, which this song doesn't go to. You know,
if I think about it, Rocky's girlfriend sort of looked hipster.
Talia Shire?
Big time. Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. Little hipster, little goth.
Yeah.
She worked in a pet store. I mean, she was like with birds. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
She had a beret.
She had a beret.
She would, oh my God, she'd totally be like Natalie Portman in like Garden
Absolutely.
State now if I
Yeah.
did that character, right? What is that? Manic Pixie Dream Girl. That's the Nathan Rabin quote.
That's right.
Do you know that term?
Yeah.
Manic Pixie Dream Girl. That's any sort of overly hyper.
Seems like most of the songs in the soundtrack are from the
I'm gonna love
Stiller
this soundtrack.
Watts era, not much from the Driver.
Yeah, you're right.
Seyfried era. Foreigner, right? Wait for a Girl Like You.
Wow.
It's a good song.
My parents and I used to go to Pepe's Tacos when I was a kid, and they would have a jukebox, and my brother would play that shit. I'd be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
First band I ever saw in concert.
Oh my God.
Is that right?
Foreigner.
Wow,
Yeah.
nice.
Unless you count Jafria, who opened for him, but no one counts.
Do you
Jafria.
count Jafria?
You don't.
Is this really the soundtrack?
It is. Yeah. These
Oh my
songs
God,
are-
I love the soundtrack
You
already.
wanted to go already.
What could possibly be happening in this scene?
Sex scene.
Is this sex?
The young guys are having sex to this song.
Ironically?
Ironically.
Sarcastic sex.
This
to the
reminds
foreigner.
me. This week in my gym, I live in West Hollywood, and they have a very fancy. But it's a very gay area, obviously, right? So my gym is very a lot of gay men, as far as I can tell. I don't know. They're they don't talk about it, but you know, it's so there's.
Hey,
this,
Mike, you still gay? Yeah, still gay, Steve.
Actually, that's not relevant to the story because this guy, who knows what his preference is, but there is a gigantic man, right? I mean, one of those guys with like kind of the stick legs and the giant, like this giant hulking chest and these shoulders that are the size of my head, elbows that are the size of my head. He comes in, he's got a giant pair of Beats on, and he's playing so loud everyone else can hear it. What's the song by Heart? Listen to your heart. Dun, 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 dun. You know the song I'm talking about? Listen to your heart. He's playing that song by Heart. Yeah, what is that song called?
I think that's what it's called.
Anyway,
Listen to your heart.
yeah. He's playing the top volume, this huge muscle head. It was kind of awesome, actually.
That's great.
This would be something that'd be hilarious to be walking in like a badass.
And then this is the final track on the soundtrack, I believe.
Ooh.
Feels like credits. I can see credits rolling over this.
Yeah,
Not too,
absolutely.
The not too ironically titled "Golden Years" by David Bowie.
Oh, this must be expensive. This is Bowie, right?
I think this is credits. Yeah.
Yeah.
This end credits.
Feels credity.
Is this David Bowie?
Is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is it? I always thought this was a Talking Head song.
Sounds like, oh God.
I can see
Oh, I
that.
totally understand that.
Yeah.
No irony in that.
Who doesn't get enough credit for being funky? David Bowie.
David Bowie.
David Bowie.
True.
Oh my goodness.
He's
Yeah.
so good.
Been around. He's done everything.
Yeah.
He created glam.
He created glam and then stopped doing glam.
Yeah. And he married Iman. Is that her name?
Iman?
Iman.
Are they still together?
I don't know, but he got her.
Yeah.
So we lose.
I remember when I was a kid, I was like, good on you, David Bowie. Good on you.
He was in Labyrinth?
Well, she was a supermodel when it meant something.
Yeah.
Back then, there were like 2 of them. Now, it's just like a porn star. They're all porn stars.
All right, well, let's stop all this nonsense and focus on some entirely different nonsense. Now, before we get to some quality time with this week's guest, we promised you the return of a segment that has blown up over the last week. Bart Caius' weekly update of what's new with America's favorite personality in a segment we call Cruise News.
Cruise News! You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Show me the money.
Nice job, Paul.
That was Adam. That was all right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Finally got some clerks animated.
So, Bart, what do we have?
Well, Paul, it was a very, very big week in cruise news, and I almost feel a little silly making this announcement because clearly everyone has already heard this, but I will make a small admission about this week's cruise news, and it's something I really didn't want to admit that I had hoped was going to happen. And I kind of secretly thought to myself, how amazing would it be if this actually came to be? Because let's face it, his audience has been growing and growing, and they've been outdoing themselves, and you thought they couldn't possibly top it. But he is a little controversial. He's not everybody's cup of tea. He does have some, political viewpoints that not everyone agrees with. So I wasn't sure this was going to happen. So to find out today that it did, I couldn't be more excited. Paul, could you play the clip?
Sure.
I am announcing that I'm running for President of the United States.
I can't believe it. Tom Cruise is going to be the President of the United States. Now,
Lee.
Talk about hope.
Lee.
Talk about change.
Bart.
Yes, Paul.
That's Ted Cruz.
Was he got like a brother or something?
It's Ted Cruz. He's a politician from Texas.
What?
Do you have any other cruise news?
Well, now it sounds a little lame, this other news, because President Tom Cruise was like great news. But,
yeah.
That'd be
Sorry,
great
that'll never
news.
happen. I don't understand how they could be important.
Yes, almost as equally exciting.
Yes.
The Mission Impossible 5 trailer has been released. And, among other things, Motorcycle foo. We get to see some motorcycle foo.
Yep.
And Tom Cruise running
a shitload.
Shirtless.
He's running so much shirtless.
Ooh. Wait a minute. Is he tight enough to run shirtless?
Tom Cruise has gotten tighter.
Wow.
Oh, he's tight.
Because you don't want anything wiggling, a little wiggle. I mean, but you're the professional. I take your word for it.
The Syndicate is real.
The Syndicate is real.
Trained to
That's
do
a
what we
fucking
do.
action movie phrase right
Yeah,
there.
it is.
Syndicate is
Right?
real.
That's where the script started. Went from there.
Right?
If you want to bring down the Syndicate, it's impossible.
They say syndicate a lot in this trailer.
Right?
Desperate measures.
I've never said it that
This is all action movie quotes. Desperate times, desperate measures. Every line said in it is like...
And Bart, tell us what's happening here.
Running.
much. Hanging on the side of
is
the
this the plane? Now, I read that article that he was literally on the plane.
Literally hanging on the side
had
of
to
a
worry
plane.
about jet fuel, ducks, debris, cold.
Ducks.
Oh, my
Can you imagine
God.
being the pilot
Did it
flying?
take off?
Yes. Because and there are so many ways not to do that. There's so many ways you can get around having Tom Cruise hang off the outside of a plane and still get that effect.
He's really on the side of that
He is
plane?
on the side.
Do you
of
remember
that,
Ghost Protocol? He's on hanging off the building.
Yeah,
at
absolutely.
Surge,
Yeah, it's great.
Dubai. Like,
Wow.
How can I top myself? This
Yeah, well,
guy-
he started that with like the second one was the mountain climbing thing, big press. Here's Tom Cruise really climbing on the edge of this mountain, and so each one, I don't know what they did for 3, but each one he kind of has like a.
Right.
No, 3. He jumped from one building to the next. Isn't that the one in Japan?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, when I saw that shot on the trailer on the side of the where he's on the side of the plane, I was like, man, that CGI is really good. It looks like it's really doing that. God damn.
It is
Yeah.
good.
Wow.
Yes.
How cool with my boy Chris McQuarrie, friend of the
That's
show.
your boy?
All right, I met him once.
Joe
I haven't talked to him for a half hour, but I'm in love with the man.
What did you call it? What was it? Moto-foo? What was that?
Motorcycle food.
Motorcycle
Oh,
foo.
man.
That's brilliant.
Dude, anybody, when's the last time anybody in this room watched Mission Impossible 2? It is the greatest rewatch. That movie is so much more insane than you remember in like this crazy confident, but still like, holy shit, what the fuck are you doing? Sort of way, all the way through. It's the best.
2000. That's probably the last time I saw it.
Oh, God.
Is that when that
watch
came
it.
out in 2000?
I think so, yeah.
It's so good.
I saw that in the theater, and everybody was audibly laughing.
Right?
At it.
It's so...
Like, how many doves are in this movie? Unbelievable.
Such
Unbelievable.
as woo.
John Woo.
Such is woo. That's what's up.
All right, well, thank you, Bart, for that. We'll have more cruise
That
news
was
as our
important.
shows go on.
My
The
pleasure,
Syndicate
Paul.
is real.
The Syndicate.
Everybody say that. It feels such good action stuff.
Syndicate
The syndicate is real.
The Syndicate is real.
The Syndicate is for
getting
real.
real.
Syndicate is real, yo.
Yo.
Real, yo.
Well, that's our special guest you're hearing, a stand-up comic, as we mentioned. Let's get some ample time with him. We should also bring up he hits the road for a tour soon with a trio called Threesis.
Threesis.
3 writers from
Hilarious.
Tosh.0, the original Kings of Comedy Central cameos. I like that. That's TK Kelly. I want to make sure I pronounce this right. Nick Malice.
That's correct.
And our special guest, Ricky Carmona.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
It is good to be here.
Fits
It is good to
right
be
in.
the Admirals Club.
Have a seat. Take a
You're
seat.
from Chicago, yes?
Yeah,
Adam?
yeah.
Do you remember the Admiral Club in Chicago?
Well, in the,
Which was
in the airport?
Club, right?
no, the
Oh, no,
strip
the
club.
Admirals Club. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
My brother was a strip club. My brother was a bouncer at that strip club.
Oh, really?
Up until last year.
Oh, he must have stories.
Why don't I remember?
Oh, yeah. He says hello to 2 of you.
Fight amongst
Says hello
yourselves.
to Adam
Doesn't
and
mean I
I.
haven't been there. It just means I don't remember.
I have been to a strip club only once in the last like 8 years, and it was the greatest night. Someone got maced, someone got tased. It was the best, and it was right at that moment where you go, "All right, this has been fun. Like we've kind of done it. All right, I get it. I hadn't been here in a while. That was kind of fun." And you're like, "Should we leave?" And then a fight broke out, and a guy got maced and tased. And we're like, "Okay, that's the greatest way to be shown the door." And all the music stops, and then everybody's like, there's all this kind of general chaos, but most people aren't wearing, are only semi-clothed as they're sort of doing the regular strip. It was a wonderful scene. It was a wonderful scene.
It's
David
a
Lynch
tangent
would be
to
proud.
go up on about strip clubs, but I want to see strippers wear sexier clothes, don't you? Like the
Paul,
whore
let me
clothes that
explain
are
the
hanging off of
premise
them.
of a strip club to you.
I understand the premise, and
Shit,
I want
I'm sorry, Ricky. Do we really just blow his entrance
No,
by
this
just
is
like
great.
off into another subject?
I have a stripper story to tell as well. So it's,
All right, excellent. We brought the right guy.
It's in the story. It's just a request. If I don't need more clothes, I just want clothes. I want her to look like an actual girl, and then strip. I mean, how great would that be? Instead
Like a
of like
secretary.
already looking like a whore.
secretary?
Yeah, whatever. You know, if you see a hot
Dude,
girl
that
downtown,
would be the greatest themed strip club ever. It's just called Secretaries, and everybody dresses like a secretary, and there's desks and all kinds of shit on the stage. Patent pending.
Yeah, patent
pending.
pending. What's your story?
So, Ricky, I hear you have.
Oh, it's a terrible story. I was just gonna say I don't like Drake, but the last time I was in a strip club is when "Started from the Bottom" came out, and I was just like, "What the fuck is this?" And they're like, "It's Drake," and I was like, "All right, Drake, you make good stripper music. That's what's up. That's what's up."
I don't think I've ever been to a strip club where they didn't play
Girls.
Yeah, boy,
And then leave your hat on.
Leave your hat on.
they just shuffle through like about 10.
Send in the clowns. Was that just the strip clubs?
I like when they play the Star Spangled Banner myself.
So speaking of,
That would be hysterical at the beginning of the night and the end of the night.
Right?
They bring
Absolutely.
out a flag and they're all
that's
they
a great
take it
idea.
really seriously.
Be great.
Before we begin this block of stripping, please rise.
Please
for the
rise.
National anthem.
Exactly. Show some respect.
And you see guys trying to move their boners around so they can stand up.
A lot of these girls are in nursing school, and we salute you.
The thing is, they're all from Ukraine. Like, they're all from different countries, but they got our flag and they're doing this whole stupid thing. They're like, all right.
So what is it you do for a living, Ricky?
something segue into Tosh Point. How long have you been writing with the show?
I do blogging and research for the show.
Oh, cool.
So
you find clips.
I find clips that go on the show, which is sometimes great because you see funny shit, and sometimes I'm like, oh boy, I'm gonna have a nightmare. Several nightmares tonight.
There are some creepy videos shown on that, and I'm not very squeamish, and there are so many things I've had to look away. And the show is such pride in it. It's so excited. The show as a being, a thing, is so excited to make you squirm.
I have taken on, this switch has gone off in my brain now,
boy.
where if I find a clip, I'm like, her leg went which way? Oh, man. This is going to be great TV. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a blast. And I blog on the show. The Tosh.0 has a blog, so I
I do
silly jokes on that
because you put a Schadenfreude video, the most famous Schadenfreude video, drunk Cubs fan. You put that on the or somebody.
Is that right? Somebody put that on.
Might have been a while ago. Might have been.
It might have been before I started blogging. Yeah.
That's one of our claim to fame for drunk Cub fan. If anybody listening has not looked up drunk Cubs fan, please do. It's
visit the Tosh.0 blog.
And visit the Tosh.0 blog.
Look at me working right now,
that's cool.
son.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. I love working on the show. I didn't know about the show actually before I started working.
Did you know about Daniel Tosh as a comedian?
I did know about him as a comedian. Obviously, I just I don't watch a lot of TV.
Yeah,
and I don't have cable. But yeah, it was great. But then I showed up, started working there, and I was like, oh, okay, word, this is what this is. And then I told people, I was like, oh yeah, I'm working on Tosh.0, and they were like, oh shit. And then I just went to Comedy Central. I was like, oh, this is like a show. This is like motherfuckers tune in to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went down and saw a taping of it once.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it was
Oh, word. Recently, like in the last, I've been there about 2 years now.
About 2 years ago. Might have been 2013.
Yeah.
Word. I was probably standing right behind you.
Yeah. Oh, we knew a guy named Miller Davis.
Miller got me the job.
Oh, there you go.
Word.
Miller had written for the movie. He had written for the movieguys.net for a while.
Oh,
And so I haven't
word.
seen him in a while.
Miller's
but
my boy. Shout out to Miller.
There you go. Yeah, so he got us down there. It was interesting to see, and it seemed he had said that he had sat in on a couple of these bits where Tosh brings in the staff to do stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I saw you online taking part in. Daniel had said that Fuck, Marry, Kill isn't so fun because you don't get to actually do it. So he created Slap.
Oh, that's right.
Slap, lick, or fondle. And you were in that.
Yeah, and that was like, I think I had been there maybe a week at that point, too. So I was just like, he's going to do what? Like, for real? Or is it like, okay, all right, I'm just going to stand here and...
How does that get organized?
Got my balls fondled.
How do they organize? Okay, we've got this bit where you're literally going to be harassed on television.
I mean, Honestly,
Everyone just consents?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, you got to know what you're getting into, I think, before you start working there.
Yeah.
You didn't. You hadn't seen the show? You haven't
and that became a segment in and of itself throughout all the seasons.
Yeah.
Torturing the staff is its own, like, I'm sure they put on the board when they put all the blocks of things that you're going to do. You're like, ways to torture the staff is one of the programmed elements. I'm sure it's quite organized.
Yeah, there is a structure. They're almost like a syndicate.
The syndicate is real.
Syndicate is real. Syndicate is real.
I do have actually just one behind the scenes question.
Sure.
Benji. The syndicate is real.
So great.
So great.
On point.
Such
sound
action
cues.
movie dialogue.
In a lot of those sketches and bits Adam was referring to, Daniel is perceivably naked. Is he? How naked is he in these bits?
Pretty goddamn naked.
He doesn't cock socket or anything.
Yeah, he did it in Slap, Lick, or Fondle. He was like, "What's it gonna be?" And he had no pants, waving his junk around. What's it gonna be? Like he did.
I found this horrendous clip of it was these two women. One of them is like bent over something she's leaning over on, and she has her ass cheeks completely spread open. Another woman is at the end of the room with the slingshot shooting these things just right into her butthole. And I'm like, Ricky, this is going to be good TV.
Gold!
Yes. It gets on the show. We end up doing a parody of it, and Daniel walks out dressed as she was practically butt naked, or she was ass naked in the thing, but he walks out just dressed like her, and I was just like, this is the best. He was practically buck naked. It was so great. It was hilarious.
Do you then find pride in yourself for a second to kind of go, I'm a writer? I kind of wrote that by finding the clip and presenting it.
And you've got to know, because it's in your head, you've written for the show for a while, that when you find a clip of people pulling their butts open and flicking the rubber bands, you go like, that's going to be the bit.
Yo,
Do I
sure.
give him that? Because I might end up getting...
Yeah, it's true. Might be your ass open up on the stage there.
And this is probably just the performer, selfish, me all the time. I mean, he can be like, hey, we're going to light your leg on fire. Word. What time? I'm ready. The only time I said, no, I'm not interested in that is they were like, hey, would you? What if we cut your hair? And this is back when I had a big afro. I was like, no, what if you don't? Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Did you? Because then I didn't want to be walking around with like, they didn't say how they would cut
exactly.
it. Yeah. I got like a swastika on my head or some shit. Exactly.
My favorite one, and it's funny because I've known you for a year or so, and just the ways you pop up is hilarious. My favorite one is and I think someone just posted, I saw on Facebook, the babies, the first time they try a lemon, right? And they shoot them in slow motion.
Yeah.
And it's really cute because it's the kids and the faces they make. And so Daniel, and this is the genius of the Tosh.0, his twist on it is to do it with his staff, with the same slow motion camera, except he squirts it in each of their eye.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got lemon squirted in your eye.
That hurt.
That hurt. Oh my god.
But it looked great. Like as we were shooting it, and then we're like watching it on the right in the next on the monitor. We're like, yeah, this is dope.
It's a brilliant parody. It's a brilliant parody.
And I was really impressed with that camera too. That camera we got. I was like, god damn.
Phantom camera.
Yeah. It's really nice.
Awesome. The syndicate is real.
The syndicate is real, yo. The camera syndicate is real.
Tell us about the tour. So, three of you guys from Tosh are going out?
The head writer, Nick Malice, another writer on the show, TK Kelly, and myself, we did a tour last year. We just got the idea, like, hey, let's do a tour. Let's just go on the road for a couple weeks. So we went all along the West Coast. Well, it took us forever to come up with the name, actually. we had meetings. So what are we going to wear in the pictures? It was a very intense
what are you wearing?
tour.
What did you decide on?
I think it was just like some jacket I wear every day. It was like a picture of me on stage, all sweaty, like usual.
And what is the name of the tour?
Threesis, based off of our boy Yeezus, Shy City, Yeezus. And so we went through Portland, San Francisco, Denver, what was the weird place we went where I was like, I never want to come back here? Salt Lake City. Shout out to Salt Lake City. Nothing against you, but I'm cool if we just like speak to each other from the other side of the room.
Call you from Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
How are they at laughing?
In Salt Lake City?
Yeah.
I mean, they look at you.
Okay.
You know, they're like, I think they're capable of it.
Okay.
That's acknowledgement. That's not laughing.
So this year we're like, let's do it again, except let's go to the east side. We're going to go on the East Coast now. And I know for sure we're going to New York.
Nice.
And that's all I know so far because I'm too dumb to look at the tour dates. And be like, where are we going to be at? Where are we going to be at? I know we're leaving in July, though. But we'll start tweeting about it. We'll have a Tumblr page, all the stuff that the
Well, you
the
already
kids
have
do.
one, right? The Ricky Carmona is there's a Tumblr page for you. Right?
There is,
Post that kind of
there is a
stuff?
Tumblr page for me right now, yeah, and on Twitter, all that stuff. We'll be promoting it as it comes along. But we're very excited about it. We were surprised at the turnouts we would get. We all got along driving for 13 days in a car.
Oh, it's got to be Bit Central. A bunch of comedians in one vehicle.
You know, I think it goes either way. Like, I'm not a huge let's do bits all the time. Sometimes I'm like, it's cool that we're not saying anything, right? You can handle quiet.
Yeah.
And for some comics, they can handle that. They're like, oh, word. And then there's some comics that are just like, I'll just do more bits then.
You guys are going to be quiet?
Yeah.
It's my turn.
And then that's when I pull out the Beats headphones. And I go, keep on. These are hilarious.
And start playing hard.
So is that Nick or TK that does that?
No, Nick. Like the three of us were like such individuals that it just works. Us hanging out together. I never feel like any pressure. Like, oh shit, it's TK or oh shit, it's Nick. I'm just always like, what's up, dude? Cool. Word.
Yeah, Bart. They travel by bus. He's not throwing people under it.
That's cool.
I nodded off. What happened?
If the movie guys got on a bus and went somewhere, we'd kill each other.
Let me ask you the question we ask everybody who comes on the show.
Sure.
Because you were part of the Wham Bam Pow.
That is correct, yes.
So you're talking movies every week on that show, right?
Every day I talk movies.
Right, so do we. Yeah, I mean, shit.
Yeah, we just started recording it.
Yeah,
We're like doing this anyway.
Just present this and see if people are interested. They are, which is nice.
That's great.
What is your favorite movie of all time?
Oof. I mean, right off the bat, the first one that pops into my head
that's the one that counts.
is
That's
Michael Mann's Heat. And then after that, there's just a lot of other number ones.
Let's talk.
I did that.
Wait a minute,
I had
wait
to
a
after a while. You just got to pick one, right?
Yeah.
I went Raiders of the Lost Ark. Had to after a while. I love a lot of movies, but that popped up.
I mean, I've seen it. I saw when in its first run. I saw it 7 times in the theater, and then I owned it on Laserdisc. I bought the double VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. I have the original script, not the actual original, but a grip who works on Tosh.0 worked on Heat. He found out it's my favorite movie. He brings in the script at the time, and with like all like the. You know, I'm a nerd for this shit. So it's got like the different colored pages in there. It says CAA on the front.
Oh, that's the real one.
Yeah, it's the real deal. It's the real deal. He brought in last week. He brought in the set photographer that was there. He brought in these negatives. So it's just like other angles of like when De Niro's coming out of the hotel and he's about to get in the car with Edie, with Amy Brenneman, and he just like looks at her. It's like it's just like all these different amazing lit angles of that. Pacino in the headquarters. I mean, it's just like
clean up.
I was
go home.
Very clean up, go home.
Clean up, go home.
Now, Ricky, that's
so great.
I speak Heat.
That is a good movie, but sorely lacking any Tom Cruise. So, what is your favorite Tom Cruise movie?
My favorite? Ooh, that's a good question. My favorite Tom Cruise movie. That is a good.
Because you have one.
I don't.
Everybody has a favorite Tom Cruise.
I don't understand the anger that people have towards Tom Cruise.
Oh, not at all.
He makes hits. Edge of Tomorrow was a hit. Y'all slept on it. So good. But it's a hit.
You have never seen a Tom Cruise movie and thought, well, that would have been better without Tom Cruise. No.
The ones that I'm like, I'm not into that. I just won't watch them. I've never seen The Last Samurai. I was like, no thanks.
I don't need it.
I watched Cocktail again because I was like, oh, it's been a minute since I've seen Cocktail.
Have you seen Jack
Terrible.
Reacher?
Horrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Jack Reacher's good.
Oh, fucking
people
love
slept on Jack Reacher.
Yeah.
People slept on that.
Oh, Night and Day. People slept on Night and Day.
I didn't mind Night and Day. I thought that was kind of fun.
That's
great.
so
Didn't
charming.
mind it. Love it.
That depends on charm. If you put any other actor in Night and Day, that's one of those movies that they're teetering on a thing anyway. That is a very hard tone to play.
Yeah.
And so you take Tom Cruise off that scale, boom, I think that movie falls right apart.
Gibson could have done it, but he already did it with Bird on a Wire. So.
Not
Open the door,
to.
June. Open the door. You're doing great, June.
You're doing good, June.
I'm the guy.
I don't want to say anything blasphemous, but I did not enjoy Oblivion. Was not a fan of that one.
No, I love that movie.
I don't think
I liked
you can be blasphemous with an opinion on Oblivion.
How are you guys on spoilers here? Because I would say the part of the problem of the movie that I had.
Been a couple of years.
Spoil it.
Right.
Everybody in our audience is
but you alerted ahead of time.
Degree.
Yeah, of course. I'm a professional.
You get multiple Tom Cruises.
Once they started talking about a forbidden zone, I was like, well, the movie's going to end there. And then he had just a reaction at one point where I was like, there's another one of him. He's not.
Really?
He's
You saw
not
that
one.
coming?
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah. Same. It was the same reaction when I saw The Village. M. Night Shyamalan's The Village.
You know what?
I'm so happy I'm not that smart.
They said something in there, and I was tipped off to it.
Yeah. Once they sent the blind girl.
I wish I hadn't.
Yeah.
When they sent the blind girl to go get like his. I think somebody was like stabbed or something. I was like, why are they sending a blind? Oh, I know why. And then I didn't see an M. Night Shyamalan movie for a long time.
Well, you didn't need to after that one.
Really.
That's his grand four. Wonderful.
You're pretty much done.
I haven't answered your question though. Of, my favorite Tom Cruise movie. Man.
And if you say A Few Good Men, you're right.
A Few Good Men is amazing.
See, I forget about some of these movies. I'm thinking through them. I'm not even thinking of A Few Good Men.
A Few Good Men is great. I watched that one a bunch of times. I loved Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow was my 1/2 movie of the year last year. I thought that
you
movie
get a
was
lot
amazing.
of Tom Cruise in
my
that
top
movie.
10 for sure.
Mission Impossible 3 is amazing.
Love that movie.
Man, what else?
The
Born
Firm?
on the 4th of July.
Mission Impossible.
The Firm?
It's been a while since I've seen The Firm.
Best running Tom Cruise in any
Solid running in that with a tie.
Good
Solid
running
tie
in that
running.
movie.
You know, there's not a lot of running in Rain Man, but I still like that movie.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Yeah. It's
We
been a
had Beth
minute since
Grant
I've
on.
seen.
She was on that movie, and it was really fun just listening to the scene from that with the lady who was in it.
Oh, wow.
That was pretty kick-ass.
I'm trying to use the word irony better. That's been my New Year's resolution. I just try.
You used it a lot today.
Okay, have I?
Yeah, well, talking about Baumbach and all. I mean, you might have used it correctly.
See, no, I don't know. Well, here's a question. Here's one. If listen to us talking about Tom Cruise here, right? He's very famously a religious man. What if we dedicated a religion to Tom Cruise? Ironic?
No, deserved. In about time.
It's to say it hasn't been done already.
Overdue.
Bart.
Have you been to my garage lately?
I might go with Rain Man. I do.
No,
love that movie.
Adam remembers what Ron Babcock said about Tom Cruise. And see if you,
what did he say? I know Ron Babcock, friend of mine.
Okay.
What did he say?
Lay it on us, Adam.
He said, I have a feeling that spending a minute with Tom Cruise is like a, what did he say?
A week-long juice cleanse.
Week-long juice cleanse.
You just walk away feeling great.
That's great.
Ron Babcock.
Yeah, I mean, if Tom Cruise were to be like, hey, to anybody who hates Tom Cruise, if you'd be like, hey, you want to come over and like hang out this weekend in my mansion, you'd be like, all right, well, I'm in. Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? You're Tom Cruise. Maybe Cuba Gooding Jr. will show up.
I love all the stories of people meeting him. We've already said it on the show, but I'll tell you this. But Matt Myra from the Nerdist podcast, he tells a story, and it's a couple weeks after Tom Cruise was on there, that he had to walk Tom Cruise out to his car. And it's just like that. You know you got that famous Tom Cruise engagement. He does that with everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a very famous thing about Tom Cruise. And they're just standing there, and he's about to get in his car, and he goes, have a good summer.
Yeah! See that? Come on.
It's the best.
That's
Hi, I'm
amazing.
Tom.
Hi, I'm Tom. That's the Paul F. Tompkins story. Do you know that one? He's in Magnolia.
Magnolia. That's really
Hi,
great.
the most famous person in the world.
He kills it in Magnolia.
Yeah, he does.
yes.
Kills it.
We forgot
Kills
Magnolia.
it in
Tropic
Magnolia.
Thunder?
Well, we haven't.
Tropic Thunder.
And we haven't even touched Risky Business or Top Gun, even. So
I think him in
Legend.
Magnolia might be my favorite Tom Cruise performance. Interview with the Vampire, though? Damn. My man makes hits, yo. Hits.
Time
Legend.
to believe. Time to cut the bullshit.
We haven't
Go to a
even
Tom
mentioned
Cruise movie.
Top Gun.
Yeah.
Top Gun?
I mean, talk about iconography. I always talk about that, those moments that are carved out of movie stone, right? Like, and the Top Gun, him in the cockpit of that thing, the way he looked at the fucking thumbs up and the flag behind him.
I would make my dad take me to the video store several times a day until somebody brought back Top Gun, and we could finally go home and watch it. It was so great.
Good. So good.
I want to go back to Heat for a second because you're going to
Yes.
see. You said you're going to see it next week, right?
I tried to get tickets for a friend of mine. Tried to get tickets for Sunday, and it was sold
You
out.
couldn't go. You couldn't go. Do you think this is the New Beverly Cinema? We bring it up nearly every week.
The greatest theater in the history of.
Is that your favorite one?
Oh my God! It's the very first thing I did when I moved here.
Okay.
The very first thing, and Bart lived in Canoga Park, and it is really hard if you don't have a map and you just landed in Los Angeles to get from La Brea and Melrose back there. But I still ventured forward because there was a martial arts double feature. It's the very first thing I did when I moved to LA.
I wonder if that's an LA thing. The first theater that I went to when I moved here was the Vista, and that I think is the best theater.
It's a good theater,
hands down. Like
Great
that's my favorite.
audiences, yeah.
I will not go see a movie at the ArcLight and see in 3D or IMAX. I'd rather go see it at the Vista. I think
I like ArcLight. ArcLight keeps a lot of riffraff out. $22 ticket keeps the riffraff out.
You have to understand, Bart doesn't go to the movies anymore. Anyway, he stays at home where there's no riffraff.
And if there's riffraff at home, then there's other big problems.
He stays at home. The riffraff he likes to pound on the ceiling to.
But yeah, they're showing Heat. Now, do you think if it's sold out, you think the tickets go on Craigslist and then you can get them for like twice as much? Do you think they scalp tickets to Heat because it isn't showing anywhere else?
Yeah, I mean,
for a while,
Yeah,
I didn't think about that plan, so I know somebody who's going to be checking Craigslist.
Check it out. I'm just saying, try it.
That would be so great if that's so popular because it's 90s month and there's been a bunch of sold out shows. Last week I wanted to see Speed and Rush Hour and didn't check into it because I was just like, that is so sold out. I just because Fight Club and Matrix. Oh my God, that's sold out big time. That's a great double feature.
I think last year was I'm terrible at math. 95, 2004. Last year was the 20. Is that right? 25 years. 1995 to 2014 or 15 of Heat. Yeah.
Oh wow.
In December, and as I do annually, I watched it.
Nice.
Had some friends come over. So good.
Oh,
so good.
Okay, so
good.
So we did you saw it in the theater, Paul?
Heat, yes.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
Bart, did you?
McClure Court.
Not in the theater, I saw.
You saw it in McClure Court?
Yeah, I think so.
And also, you know McClure Court?
Yeah. We all did time in Chicago.
That's what's up. Hell yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw it there. Yeah.
I was just about to move to Chicago. Shout out to Fred Mowry, who listens to the show every week. I saw it with Fred Mowry. And it's like, so we all know what we're getting into. It's Michael Mann. It's Miami Vice. It's Manhunter. We know Michael Mann. We're excited for the Michael Mann. And the trailer for Heat comes out. Of course, it's famous already. It's got De Niro and Pacino. And you're like, holy shit, those two are on screen together in a Michael Mann movie that is an ultimate crime movie. And that's what you really want to see Michael Mann do. You kind of suffer through,
Last of the Mohicans.
Last of the Mohicans. You're like, all right, okay.
It was good, but coming off of Manhunter, I'm like, more of this shit, please. And
Manhunter, Thief, Miami Vice. You're like, keep doing that. And he did TV movies too that were all crimey. So we're in Heat. It's already paradise. The whole movie is happening, and that movie's just going perfectly paced movie, just delivering all the moments. What you don't expect is that when they go to rob that bank, that it is just going to go so apeshit, so publicly, so in your face. The robbery in Heat.
Yeah, dude.
I just remember being in the theater and being like, holy shit, so much Michael Mann is happening right now. I can't even handle it.
You could almost hear like people like let their breath out after that scene was over in the theater.
You could not breathe to the end
amazing.
Of that sequence. You ever been to that area downtown Los Angeles? Do you recognize that?
I do. When I drive, I never know it until I'm like on the street. I'm like, oh shit, this is where Hannah was running. This is where Hannah was running.
I know, absolutely. There's two angles you look at and you're like, oh, there's the bridge. Okay, this is good.
I just read a review of Black Hat, his latest movie, which is a bad review, and but it clued me into how specific and what a style and mood that Michael Mann creates. Because when it's missing, like in Black Hat, that's the first thing they say is like, it just missed a lot of that stuff that he has. Like, it could be good, but we wouldn't know because it was Michael Mann not doing what he's best at.
Yes.
So it's not good.
Yeah.
That movie looks like Michael Mann is disinterested in making that because he's a very interested director. In terms of Ali, there is not a single punch or footstep or movement, I don't think, that it didn't really happen in any of those fights. That's how exact he is.
He is. That's true.
There's stories of like clean up, go home, clean up, go home. The hangers in that when he moves his hand aside, Michael Mann had special hangers made so that they made. He does all this sort of stuff. So when everything misfires, it so feels you could just feel him not being interested in making the movie he's making. It's crazy. It's got a feel to it. It's like.
Were you a fan of Ali? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was fine. It was good. I mean, I enjoyed his accuracy fetish in that one. That's I tune into that or I tune into crime. It's no Collateral.
I thought that had the bad luck of opening up right after When We Were Kings. And it was like, if you're going to watch a movie about Ali, just watch the movie with Ali.
I forgot. That's why it suffered too.
Yeah.
When We Were Kings was awesome.
He did the Insider, and then Ali was next, and the Insider was so great that people were like, what? He's doing Ali with Will Smith?
Also coming to the New Beverly, the Insider.
The Insider is? I just bought that bitch on Blu-ray. Word.
Well, but that's Ali was the passion project. He got the juice to make that because Insider was huge. It was nominated, made a bunch of money. I mean, it really was a big success for him. So he went passion project like, all right, I'm leveraging it all on Ali.
Yeah.
You know, and then I don't know.
Well, I want to move into this next segment of the show.
What did you see this week?
What did you see this week? Because it involves the New Beverly Cinema.
It does.
It is 90s month there, and it will be in April as well. And we went to see Cutthroat Island and True Lies.
Oh, nice. Well done.
I had not been there since Tarantino, I think, had bought the place, and I don't recall the sound being as good before then as it is now.
They fixed that, didn't they? Holy shit, the sound was good.
Yeah, they got so even if it's an old print, the house is helping it.
Oh,
now, these aren't super old prints, so they had pretty decent sound mix to begin with, but now you could really feel it and sense it in those two movies.
Yeah,
Cutthroat Island looked better than it should have, and True Lies looked as good as you remember.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's great. That's on HBO Go right now. And if I'm ever like flipping through like I can't find anything, True Lies.
What a movie.
Underrated James Cameron movie. Underrated James Cameron movie.
That also came out at a time. I think it came out about a year after Heat, maybe, because I think I also saw that with Fred Murray. Hi, thanks for listening, Fred. How you doing? But True Lies is, I realized watching it, and I've always been in love with True Lies, it is kind of the ultimate James Cameron movie in a way, because there is, again, this quintessential, like Michael Mann, there's a quintessential James Cameron. We want all of that in some, or at least I do. I have one that I like. So you take it's his only movie that is not sci-fi and not a period piece, right? I mean, he only did one other period piece, obviously. But it's this unique, just all-action... But it's just a unique, injection of James Cameron that's pure action, which doesn't really exist. He didn't do that any other time.
That's part of the reason that I think it's so underrated is because it's not like... There's no cyborgs.
Yeah.
There's no... And that's part of the reason that I love it, because I'm like, you can make a movie like this where I don't see all the money on screen.
And yet it's gigantic.
Still... I think that's like the closest... I don't know. Well, maybe Jason Bourne now. But before Jason Bourne, I was like, this is as close as we'll get to an American James Bond movie for a while.
I think that he did an amazing thing with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Somehow he was able to connect with Arnold and made him a great actor.
Yeah.
He knows how to use him like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a trailer out for a new movie called Maggie. It just came out today with Abigail Breslin. And it's Arnold in what looks like a dramatic role that's bound to have some ass kicking in it as well. And it's like, and I saw the preview and I went, he can be directed.
Yeah.
Just be a good director with him. Cameron was.
Yeah.
I hope whoever's directing Maggie is as well.
You know,
and from early talk, apparently Arnold's great in it.
You know how you know this is going to be his serious role?
Wait, did he grow a beard?
Grew a beard.
Good call.
I grew a beard.
Oh my God,
Got a beard.
You want me to have a beard? Give me 5 minutes.
I am serious now.
There's a beard.
I would like to write.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I was just going to say, and lastly, during True Lies, I cried.
I know. I looked over. Karen's wiping her eyes. I'm like, really?
Whenever the wife is in the car and she needs to get out of the car before they go over the bridge, and he's just like, just get my arm. And she's flailing because she's freaking out, and he's sort of all over the place because Tom Arnold or whoever is driving the thing.
No one's dead guy's driving.
Dead guy's driving.
That's right.
And then at one point, he just looks at her, and they just fucking
isn't it
connect.
great?
Yeah.
And they
James
realize
Cameron
that they
directed
are
that so
great
well.
together, no matter what is going on. They are great. And they were just like, boom, and that's it.
They just lock hands, and then that amazing shot of that limo falling out.
I feel like that's in the trailer. That's like a trailer shot.
So many great shots. The destruction of that bridge, I just found out, was not miniatures, because a friend of ours saw the show who's in miniatures. They just were doing construction or something, and they said, can we blow this up? We'll put it back or whatever. Or it's an old bridge they were tearing down entirely. It looked...
I think the bridge next to it is the new one they were building.
Yeah, so the old one, they could blow it up. And so he's like, yeah, let's shoot some missiles in that.
So great.
And as a truck flying, it's a perfect shot of a bridge blowing up with vehicles flying everywhere.
I know.
Yeah, right?
It's like they got one shot at it.
They got one shot.
They nailed it.
It's funny,
Nailed
it's funny
it.
that you should be talking about things blowing up because Lee's over here writing me a note going, did we just have an earthquake?
I thought it felt like we just
Really?
had an earthquake. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I never noticed them.
Yeah.
Check Twitter. Then
Everybody
you'll
under the
be able
table. Yeah, or Facebook will tell you.
I'll look on Facebook. I'll let you know.
Arnold has a great scene in The Escape Plan. Is that what that was called?
That's a
Or
great
just The
movie.
Escape?
Isn't that a great movie?
I was a little
it's a good movie,
disappointed.
right?
Pretty
It's a
good.
one.
Sorry, pretty good movie. I amp everything up one. If you listen to the show, you know I get a little excited. By the way, True Lies is the greatest movie I've ever seen. My favorite movie of all time. That's just where I am this week.
There's like a scene where he's like in like a solitary confinement, like their weird version of it, and he's just like yelling in what's his language? Come on, Ricky. In Austrian, yes.
Oh.
And he's like yelling prayers in Austrian. But it's like, oh shit, Arnold can be dramatic. Like if he can do that in a full movie, he's got another new career ahead of him. Because it feels like they're still trying to like figure out what to do with him. Do another Terminator movie. Maybe that'll work. Here you are with Stallone.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll work. I'm hoping this Maggie thing is like, okay, yeah, you got it. You can be a dramatic old ass kicker.
It's playing at Tribeca.
Oof.
So
there you go.
It's a new world for
That
him.
is cool. I mean, I love the return of Schwarzenegger. It's so fun to have him back. And you look at True Lies, and how many times his glare is used for a laugh in True Lies. It's just so masterful.
But also, you know why? Because he's underplaying that whole movie.
Yes,
I mean,
he's so
and that's
well-directed.
so
Yeah.
great. You know, because he's we're all used to that, but he underplays so many scenes in there, whether it's a stare or glare, with everything with Bill Paxton.
Bill
who's
Paxton
hilarious.
in that.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
Jesus.
he's just always
And
talking down to him and underplaying all of
Yes,
this.
what an asshole.
right?
And that's why you go see a movie in New Beverly too. Hit the very beginning, you get applause when Bill Paxton enters the screen the first time. The
that's
whole crowd
great.
goes up, and then of course the helicopter scene, like the crowd just roar of applause,
so
like
great.
after he rescues her.
We all groaned together at certain points of the other movie. What was it? Cutthroat Island.
Oh
yeah.
god. Oh yeah. Thank you for getting us on this topic.
How was that?
Holy shit! It's
I've never seen it.
Don't.
It's
Is
the
that
movie
bad?
you remember. It's the movie. Oh no,
I've never seen it.
Oh, you're
Is
fine.
it that bad?
Oh, you're fine.
All
I
right.
saw it for
No.
the first time, and I was really hoping that Gina Davis would be as good as she looked.
It's
Wow.
a notorious flop.
It's
and
not her fault, though. She's good. It's just not her part.
Yes,
I don't
true.
think
okay,
they
yes.
cast it right.
She's not. She, that
Oh, well,
doesn't,
yeah.
It doesn't sit
I
on
think
her.
she's a good actor. I just don't think it was weird to watch.
No, they were
her.
trying to force her because she married Rennie Harlan at the time. If anybody doesn't know the backstory of Cutthroat Island, Rennie Harlan, a not that great director, but that somehow kept doing things that were going to make money anyway, and got this reputation that blew up so much that he could command a $140 million budget. I think maybe one of the most expensive movies of all time at the time. But he's still not a good director. He didn't go through any of the discipline to become a good director. He directed Nightmare on Elm Street 3, which would have made money anyway, and then Die Hard 2, which would have made money anyway, and then Cliffhanger, which would have made money anyway. Oh my God, he must be such a great director. Give him everything he wants. And they very famously had a yacht parked because they were a married couple, and all this excess it went into that movie. So it's just funny. It's that's all what goes behind making that
But
movie.
the script is one of those movies that's just everyone talking about what they're doing. You know,
Oh,
like
boy.
the whole scene will be
Oh,
like
boy.
they're all gathered in a really expensive location wearing expensive costumes, and they'll go, "This is the map that's going to get us there. We need to beat Dog there.
Man.
If we go
That's
that way,
awful.
we can do it."
It is the most straightforward movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
It's just people talking about what they're doing.
Although one of the best explosions on film ever. That ship explosion at the
Yeah,
end is one of the
true.
best explosions I've ever seen.
Right.
They blow an entire giant, and that's one of the reasons the movie is so expensive too. They really did build those giant ships. Yeah, they really built a gigantic ship and blew it up into such fine particles as to look like toothpicks. And that ship completely obliterates. It's an awesome explosion.
Exploding
And
wood.
a horrible movie.
Exploding wood.
Love exploding wood.
The other best explosion of all time, Friday the 13th Part 7. Everybody look it up. Go ahead, move on.
Did you see anything this week?
What did I see this week? I watched. Does it have to be in the theater?
Nope.
No.
I did.
Please never are.
Yeah, you'll find out.
I really did just get The Insider on Blu-ray because I was just like, I need to see The Insider.
Great.
I don't own The Insider. So I bought it and I watched it, and it's still amazing.
Sweet.
I mean, Michael Mann, he can do wrong, but when he does right, it's other level.
Yeah,
I love
there's-
where he puts the camera. I love how his characters look in movies. They all have a very specific look. Collateral, like Macaulay in Heat, Tom Cruise in Collateral. I mean, they're just like mirror images of each other. I'm not a huge Russell Crowe fan. Russell Crowe kills it in that bitch. That's the courtroom scene where the guy tells him, "Wipe that smirk off your face," when they're like doing like the deposition finally to like, hey, yeah, they put this terrible shit in cigarettes. And it's usually the scene in that movie is like they go, "Hey, we're big tobacco. You can't talk anymore." And I was like expecting, like I remember seeing it in the theater, like, God damn it, that's right, this is where they have all the money. And then that other lawyer just fucking goes hard on him and tells him to wipe that smirk off his face like a child. And I was just like, this movie here, this is gonna be a special one, Ricky.
In the middle of it, you got Christopher Plummer hamming it up.
Christopher Plummer, his opening, his first scene. I don't want to. I can talk about The Insider all day. Great soundtrack as well. I just found it on Spotify. Very good soundtrack.
You know, that is a Michael Mann film I've only seen once.
Oh, it's great, dude.
Yeah.
It's great. And just like you were saying in Cutthroat Island, they're like telling you what they're going to do. This stuff, I mean, the dialogue in the movie is very much like you just got to keep up with it. Like, I don't think until I saw it after the theater that I was like, oh, they're talking about the Unabomber. I see what that whole storyline was. Because up until then, you're just like, why is Pacino meeting with these people in this cabin? And they just gave him some information. Oh, shit. I mean, it's a smart movie.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, and it assumes you're smart, which of course makes for a great movie.
Yeah, yeah,
so
absolutely.
assume I'm smart, you'll be a good movie.
Play to the height of your intelligence.
We all learned that in second sitting.
Absolutely.
And lastly,
from your mouth to Sharna's ears.
Right?
And lastly, we saw Karen and I saw a movie last night called Alex of Venice.
Yes, it was directed by Chris Messina, who is on the Mindy Project.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, it was all the good things of an indie. You know, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, your girlfriend, was the lead.
Wonderful.
I think she's my girlfriend as well. I just want to
Scott
make
Pilgrim's girlfriend.
Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I support her.
And the cheerleader they leave behind in Death Proof.
That's right.
Is that right?
With the farmer.
Wow, I forgot about that.
She's fun.
And she and Don Johnson
Did some of the best work I've ever seen.
Cool.
Him do.
Yeah.
It was great.
I like him being back.
Now,
He was
granted,
in
it was a stretch of a role. You know, he's not often asked to play someone dealing with a mental incapacity, but he's the father who's dealing with dementia of this woman. The plot is Mary Elizabeth Winstead is married, but he's done. There's too much going on.
He's a middle-aged white guy.
Oh,
and
cue the Arcade Fire.
Need we say more?
Yeah, and he leaves. He's like, I can't handle the kid, the father with dementia, everything's going on. And so she has to deal with all of it now while being a lawyer and in the middle of a huge case, you know. So she just has to balance it all. So that's your story, you know, and with an indie, that's all you need. As long as you have quality actors and interesting dialogue, it saves, that carries the whole thing, and it was quite good.
Well, no, Chris Messina came to direct that. Has he directed something before? I don't know him as a director at all.
Nope.
He's directed stage stuff, and one of the things he said during the question and answer that was kind of insightful is that because everybody has to put themselves on tape now for auditions, he'll be in his friends' houses and garages directing them to get them to a different place for their audition, and he felt that he had a lot of experience directing his friends. And his friends are some cool friends. Sam Rockwell was there, and so was
Matt Ross from Big
Ross.
Love. Yeah.
Who's Matt Ross? I don't know who that
He played Albie on Big Love.
He's great. He's a bad guy in Big
I've
Love.
not seen Big Love.
Oh, it's good.
It's good.
Crazy. If you don't like Salt Lake City, though, I'd suggest perhaps not your thing.
I love you, Salt Lake City. I didn't mean to go there with you.
All right, let's wrap up the show with a bang. With Karen's celebration of the birthdays of those who make the movies, it's time for Karen's birthdays. Take it away.
Let's start off our week of birthdays by wishing a very happy birthday to Keira Knightley.
Oh!
Who turns 29. Can you
Pounds?
believe she's
Nailed it.
Nice.
Jumped right on that one.
Burn.
She's been around forever, and she's only 29.
Yeah.
She can play anywhere from a tomboy to a pirate. We all know Keira from Bend It Like Beckham, Pirates of the Caribbean, Love Actually, which I just loved her in.
A Dangerous Method, which I just watched this weekend.
And most recently, from her Oscar nomination for Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role for The Imitation Game. But Keira's name was not always that well known. Now, you guys, Adam will probably know this story, but the first time Keira's name was mentioned around the world was when it was revealed in a plot twist kept very secret by director George Lucas that she played Natalie Portman's decor Padme to Portman's Amidala in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. It was several years before agreement was reached over which scenes featured Keira as the queen and which featured Natalie.
I can tell you which.
Their mothers couldn't even tell them apart when they were in makeup. It was kind of cool. So did you guys know that they did that?
Yeah, I knew that. I didn't know there was an issue with it.
Not only did I know that, I'm
Yes.
sorry, I have to say this because I'm a movie guy.
Yes.
Not only did I know that, I had a discussion about that 2 days ago when I watched The Phantom Menace with my roommate.
Whoa.
Why do I watch that
torturing
movie?
yourself,
What is
sir.
wrong with me?
What are you
And I
doing?
say it every time. Now, there is enough. I used to say there's enough Jedi stuff in that movie to get me over the bad parts, but the bad parts grow every time I watch it, and it's just tinier and tinier slivers of Jedi stuff that get me through. Oh my God.
Adam, you might want to grab a pen and write this down. In 2001,
the Syndicate is real.
Kira appeared in Nick Hamm's dark thriller The Hole, which featured her first nude scene. She was just 15 at the time, but they had to wait until she was 16 to release the film.
What?
So that would be Nick Hamm's, 2 M's, dark thriller The Hole.
Wait a minute, how can you show a naked 15-year-old?
This sounds very creepy.
Due to her age, her mother agreed to this and was on the set, and it was a closed set.
Or you shoot it in Germany, like To the Devil a Daughter with Natasha Kinski. Which I don't know.
So
Someone told me about
Excellent. Next up, let's wish a very happy birthday to Mr. Quentin Tarantino.
Hey!
QT.
Proprietor of the New Beverly.
New Beverly
The
himself.
best. Love him.
Who turns 51, but can play anywhere from a movie director to a movie theater owner. We all know Mr. Tarantino's work from Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, but do you know the name of his first screenplay? This is very silly. What is it?
The Open Road?
No, it's very silly.
Fluffy Muffin.
Kind of.
Oh, I do. Wait, I know
Wait,
it.
it's really-
Wide Awake.
No.
Isn't it with Rosie
It's
O'Donnell?
Captain Peach Fuzz and the Anchovy Bandit.
Oh, I'm thinking of M. Night Shyamalan.
Which he wrote in 1985. No, they didn't say if that was like
Captain Peach Fuzz?
Captain
Anchovy
Peach Fuzz
Bandit.
and the Anchovy Bandit.
That sounds like it should have been a show during the music themes earlier.
All right, here's something fun, a little game for you guys. He is known, as we all know, for bringing back the careers of forgotten actors or cult actors by giving them important roles in his movies. For example, John Travolta in Pulp Fiction. Do you guys have any idea? Name 2 or 3 more.
Don Johnson in Django Unchained.
Uh-huh.
Max Cherry. What's his?
Robert Forster.
Robert Forster.
Didn't really bring him back.
Jackie
though.
Brown.
Sam Jackson? No. He
Oh,
was
I mean, Pam Grier.
Kurt
Pam
Russell.
Grier, right?
Kurt Russell never really left, but people were very excited.
That's true.
How about
Bruce Willis?
How about
That's kind of true, actually.
Right? It
That's
gave
true.
him some credibility.
At the
It gave him
time.
credibility.
more
It gave him
credibility.
Bruce
credibility.
Willis
How
was
about
good.
Kill Bill? There's somebody in Kill Bill.
Oh,
David
Carradine.
Carradine. Yeah, Jesus.
Yes.
Right.
Good friend.
Come on.
And then they have
Whatever
this-
happened to him?
Oh, boo. And finally, let's wish a very happy birthday to everyone's favorite forensic scientist, Polly Perrette. Do you guys know who that is?
Who?
She turns 45 but can play anywhere from a gothy to a hottie. You all know her as Polly as her character Abby in the different series Jag. She's the one with the little bangs and the ponytails that go up.
How old is she?
She's 45.
Zoinks.
NCIS and NCIS Los Angeles. So she's that hottie patati
With the bangs.
With the bangs. She's
I
45.
swore that girl was like 26.
Good girl. All right, there you go. So we know her from these TV shows, but do you guys, can you really try hard? Mention at least one movie that she was in. There's probably been
Captain
5.
Peach Fuzz and the Anchovy Bandit.
And the Anchovy Bandit.
I'm still not sure if I know who this
I don't
girl
think
is.
I know who this
She's
is.
the breakout star of
I will
NCIS.
abstain.
She's an analyst, works in the office.
And her character was so well received that it started in Jag, and then when they wrote the NCIS movie or TV show, they brought her back for that. Then when they went to the different locations, they did another one and brought her back again.
And not for nothing, it's the #1 show in the country.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
For years.
And I don't know it.
years, I
Yeah.
know. Well,
I
here's-
watch
That just misses
NCIS
me.
Compton is the one that I watch. That's my favorite.
and nobody there is worried about being
NCIS
40.
Naboo.
Oh, no, not at all.
She was in Almost Famous, The Ring, Brother Bear, Pothead the movie, and I Am Bad starring Taylor Dane.
I can't name. I still
Don't
can't name any
feel
of those
bad.
movies.
Don't feel bad if you don't know. She suffers from a severe phobia of magicians and conventional
Well,
ovens.
who doesn't?
But microwaves don't bother her, and I find that ironic. Because
Where do you find this information? Who says in an interview, microwaves don't bother me?
no, this is IMDb.
Oh, so she put it there.
She put it there. I find this ironic
I like clowns
because
somewhat.
she's afraid of conventional ovens, but she's a co-owner of Donna Bell's Bake Shop in New York. So there's that. But Lee,
TMI?
Everything's
Yes,
cooked
Karen.
with light at the Donnabelle.
Does TMI have to be dirty? Is that too much information?
Bartley, shit. You know how much I like it when celebrities sing.
This is true. People are always asking me, can you tell me 2 interesting things about Karen Volpe?
Sure.
And I say, first, she is the queen of Meerkat. And 2, she loves when celebrities sing.
I do, and so I thought I'd pull out a little something here from Paulette, even though we don't know who she is. But you can go look it up later. I'm sure you'll beat off to her later. Cute, right? Super
Oh,
cute.
yeah. She's a doll.
She's gonna be singing a
Well,
little
now
something.
that I know she's old, I don't
Oh,
know, Karen.
I like that you just assumed we'd beat off to her, and everybody was like, "Yeah, we probably will." There was no like, hey, I don't do that. Everybody was like, yep.
Here she
yes, we will.
is singing.
And even going back further, she didn't say you can look her up later. Immediately went to why you would.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and then it would apply to all of us.
Yeah.
So wait, it's called The Hole?
It's called The Hole.
All right.
So you
The
can
Hole.
listen to this. It's her singing. She's kind of got this punk kind of thing going on from the NCIS soundtrack. It's her singing Fear, Stop Making Friends. Stop making friends. That's it. That was perfect.
You want your David Byrne? You got it.
Stop making friends. I think this was filmed on the roof of the Methodist Church over there in Hollywood because it looks like that.
It's kind of how I'd expect her to sound.
Right?
A little blondie.
Yeah, wearing the little skimpy dresses and stuff. She does like the schoolgirl outfits and whatever.
See,
what she's always wearing?
Everybody hands above
That's
the
what she
table.
wears on the show.
Is the show over? I have to leave. I have to go.
That wraps another movie showcast, everybody. Together we are the Movie Guys. Individually we are
Bart, Preston.
You can follow us on Twitter at The Movie Guys for daily jokes and links. Also, Facebook.com/The Movie Guys, as well as iTunes, Vimeo, YouTube, Funny or Die, SoundCloud, Vine, Instagram, LinkedIn, Meerkat, whatever. All that shit. Thanks to Ricky Carmona.
Thanks for having me, guys. This is so dope.
Give us some plugs at Ricky Carmona.
At Ricky Carmona on Twitter. I'm on Tumblr. I am on Instagram. All at Ricky Carmona.
And keep watching Tosh.0.
Keep watching Tosh.0. Yes, check out the blog. And this show is dope. I don't know if you have people come back, but I would totally come back.
Awesome.
This is dope.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to bring you back.
Word.
And thanks to Steve Schultz for his writing contributions to the show every week. And remember, you can find everything we're up to at themovieguys.net. Next week, we're back with a new batch of April movies. And by batch, I mean Furious 7. We'll see you then.
The syndicate is real.
The hole is real.